Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of SNKronize. As you can see, myself and Mike are going to be here, but we are piping in KittyKaboooom via the internet pipes.
Yeah, it's a series of tubes.
And
it is a series of tubes.
Serious tubes. And so we're here for another episode, of course, to discuss all things SNK and anything else that happens to come up randomly. So,
But I mean, we have a lot to talk about today with SNK stuff.
yeah.
We sure do. And we have a new trailer coming up, which I'm sure everyone is excited for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Camera should be right. Okay.
It's right and wrong because that's the way it is when you're like streaming with a camera and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like she made sure that like her KOF wall scroll is legible.
Right.
But by doing that, it kind of throws off like wait,
Right.
like going right or left. Like
how are we
I'm
planning?
sorry.
I mean, we would be at the 2021 Tokyo Game Show, except the pandemic isn't allowing us.
except I'm an American, so I'm not allowed to go anywhere.
Except, as usual, Japan likes to remind us that we cannot have nice things.
Yeah.
And don't worry, Viperas. We've already discussed stuff about that. About once we figure out. I mean, I know Silent Scope has recorded a whole video on how to set that Flycast GGPO up. So I have that saved, ready to go. And once we mess with it a little bit, we'll probably try to run some KOF 11 tournaments just for.
Yeah, or I mean, at the very least, run some casuals with some of the guys. You know, get some cool stuff going on. But yeah, we could definitely run at least one tournament at some point. Like I said, there's definitely some people I want to be involved with it. So
Okay.
Same. So that's something we have definitely been talking about and planning for in the future.
Yeah. Anyway, so for the first time in over a month, we actually have a silhouette to look at.
Yes, we do actually. So, because that's right, Ash just bypassed that completely.
They're just like, hey, watch out for his trailer tomorrow. And we're like, oh, I wonder who that is.
Oh man! All right, so let me bring that up. I'm pretty sure I have it here. Boom!
Yeah. Obviously, it's Botan.
Botan.
Yeah, You can tell by
It's
the lines.
always Botan.
Yeah, you can tell by the lines.
I mean, judging by the thin arms, I think it's probably Lucky Glauber with a hoodie on.
Yeah. Some people have also been speculating that it's Duck with a hoodie on.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Could be anybody with a hoodie on at this point in time, right?
Yeah. So. Miles Edgeworth.
Dude, it totally looks like someone from one of those, the way the arms are.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah, he's definitely presenting evidence.
Yeah, or just, he's looking down with his eyes closed right now, being like, oh no,
You just hear that.
you were not ready for, you were not ready for the...
I think it's a blow with a hoodie.
At this rate, it's Goku.
Oh god.
3 Brian Battlers in a trench coat.
Alright, Torrance Bell needs to get on, or DNO, please, needs to get on that at this point in time. Oh, man. No. Miles Edgeworth in a hoodie is my favorite guess right now.
Right now, I just want to see Miles Edgeworth in a hoodie. I mean, just in general. Because you imagine, I can't imagine him in anything other than dapper clothing or dapper clothing. Really.
It would have to be a super fancy raincoat. Because
it's just like, it's like actually just a normal nice hoodie but has a Supreme logo on it. Just so you know he paid too much for it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Miles Edgeworth with the drip, is that what the kids say these days?
Allegedly, I don't know.
I'm still gonna say it's Alba with a hoodie, so, you know.
Alba?
They finally or Alba,
Alba from Max Impact?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was like, Jessica Alba? I mean, I'm down.
No. See, that's why I hate his name. That's why I hate talking about him, because, only, so many people know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, dude, his brother was better anyway. First off, his name is Soiree, which looks like he's a party, like a soiree. And then he has a super move called Big Wednesday. And he just yells out, Big Wednesday! It's awful. I love it.
That's almost like, here's my Sunday best.
Yes.
Here's my Sunday best.
It's Guy.
Dude, Slick Tricks do not do that to me.
Guy Tendo with a MMA hoodie. I wish.
Don't do that to me.
I wish.
Oh, man. Oh, God.
So anyways, we're all pretty sure it's Kukri. Especially because they just revealed Ash. which also gives everyone hope that the next character is Elizabeth, and that's kind of awesome.
Right. So it would be the Ash, Elizabeth, Kukri team, because
Which would be so cool.
We were talking about last week that the ending for 14 was that Kukri found Ash for Elizabeth, and so now they're all on the same team. Have they, like, how much did Kukri have to do with the...
Your XSplit just being a butt? There we go.
Jesus.
It's touchy today.
Dude, it's still listed as viewing right now. Okay, now it's off. Okay. I'm not touching it anymore. But has Kukri ever, like, what's his relationship with Ash and Elizabeth prior to the KOF 14 ending?
Nothing, but he very much knows things.
Right.
Like, he has specific win quote against, like, Kyo, where he, like, just says, "You're out of flames now, Kusanagi." But when you fight him before that, in, like, story mode, he's, like, literally just says, "Kusanagi douchebags." Like, he is well aware of all the different clans and the treasures and everything.
Right.
He's, like, one of the most, or he's implied to be one of the most well-informed characters. Just off the get-go, without him spelling it out in crayon that he knows things.
Interesting.
So he's kind of, like, got some value going on. Plus, he was the main villain of SNK Heroines, which gives them more drive to want to put him in.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, he definitely has a way
Did
with
you
words.
really
That's
call
what it
him
is.
a villain in that game?
Oh, he is
I swear.
definitely
With,
the
like,
villain of Heroines. He's
comic. I just want to
Okay,
say, like,
he is-
Vegeta bad guy comic relief on a Dragon Ball Super level.
I mean, he is
That's-
hilarious, but I mean, like, he's kidnapping a bunch of girls and putting them in a dungeon. Like, that's kind of not okay. Just saying. Turns Terry into a girl. That's very
Iori
subjective.
as well, or
Well, Iori kind of
No,
gets, like, the complication
Yuri
of
already
it's happened before.
has. Yeah.
I mean, Miss X has been a character before. Definitely not Iori, I
Yep.
promise.
okay.
Yep.
Oh man.
But plus, honestly, having Miss X in that game gave it the best alternate costume ever, where it's a Kyo cosplay and he's terrified and trying to scream it and rip it off. It's the funniest shit.
Wait, in which game?
Heroines.
Iori has
Yeah.
a Kyo cos.
So Miss X, it's definitely not Iori, I promise. One of the alternate costumes is a, like, Kyo costume, and he's like, no.
Like, in what, win quotes, or like?
in the official art,
Not-
because every costume had its own
it's-
official portrait.
Official
Gotcha,
art
gotcha.
that goes with the story, and he's just ripping it off.
Yeah,
It's hilarious.
like seriously, like, look it up. It's the funniest shit.
Yeah, it's one of the best images of Iori. It's a really good one.
Yeah, oh yeah, this shirt that just says also as "I heart Kyo." Like, it's just
Yeah,
the
the
literal
I Heart Kyo
worst thing you
shirt.
could
It's
possibly make him
trolling
wear.
him as
Oh, yeah.
much as possible.
Oh, yeah.
Dear Lord.
Well, I mean, because that's the whole point of heroines. It's like to put them through as much emotional distress as possible or something.
Right.
So that's the absolute best way to do it, is just make Iori put on
So
all the
is that
things he would
game
ever hate.
supposed to be canon?
So here's the thing. Okay, I think some people have misconstrued the word usage. It falls in the timeline, but it didn't really happen.
Okay.
Because that was our indicator
Wait.
that Shermie was definitely alive, and that part is official. But saying that Kukri kidnapped Terry and turned him into a girl, I'm pretty sure that's not canon.
No. Think of it as like an off dream match. It was something.
It's the deviant
It was
game.
the equivalent of a dream match.
It's the deviant game.
I just want Joe to come up to Terry and just make fun of him the whole entire time about being turned into a girl.
He probably wouldn't. He probably would accidentally hit on him because Joe has a track record of attracting certain types.
Well,
and,
I mean,
like,
I think
that would just be
the other way
comedy.
around is that Joe would walk up to Terry and be like, "Dude, you got turned into a hot girl and you still couldn't find a relationship."
Damn.
God
Terry
damn.
just doesn't want to kill any more
Yeah,
people,
that's how it
right?
works.
I mean, I think because Joe would probably be like, "Can you turn back?"
It's kind of weird, dude.
We're now crossing into Super Crown Bowsette territory, so we should
Oh,
probably
God.
stop.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, so we have most likely Kukri coming back into the world of KOF 15. And so, do we still? I want to see the character.
Oh yeah, Terry definitely would play Chensor. Free.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
They don't, on their official website, they don't have a picture of that character select screen, right? With the question marks or anything like that.
I don't think so.
Right.
Not at least not as good of one.
Right. By the way,
maybe.
Nathan thinks it's too bright right now too. So
He's just being adorable.
But
I mean, we can find one of the character select screens. We can totally bring it up.
I mean, there's basically probably he's not going to be his own team.
Nah.
And he's not going to be on the team of anyone else unless it's Paint Girl for some reason, and we don't know.
Yeah, maybe, but nah, I'm pretty convinced it's going to be on the Ash team.
Okay.
Also, given kind of the track record of reveal 2 and then reveal 1 for the next team, and then take it from there. So, what we might be getting right now is Kukri today, and then in like a week or 2, we might get Paint Girl or we might get K-Dash.
K-Dash. You know what would be the best thing if they did? Is if the whole game came out and K-Dash actually isn't in the game. Now, I know he's already on that
he didn't
character
have a
select.
trailer period.
We have in-game footage of him.
Yeah, I know, but it would be hilarious.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
I think it would just be funny if they just didn't give him a trailer at all.
Yeah,
He
give him
was
the
just
Alex treatment.
in
Let's go.
other trailers, but doesn't have his own official one. Just at this point, does it even matter anymore? Like, seriously.
I mean, it's,
So yes, Vipers, and we're gonna get to that in a bit.
I mean, they should just have it so that they literally, when the game comes out and says K-Dash was supposed to be in this game, but he really, really didn't want to be in it, so we took him out.
K-Dash died on his way to his home planet. K-Dash was an alien?
Now I need to just have the K-Dash graphic.
It would explain a lot.
I have to go now. My planet needs me.
Right. I mean, he
Exactly.
could be on his own team with Mien and Sylvie again, right?
Which
But-
seems really unlikely, also given the number of character
Highly
slots remaining.
unlikely.
Yeah, I
Like,
doubt
we're really running out of character slots. I think we have, like, of characters not yet revealed, I think we only have, like, 5. I think we only have 5 slots, counting today.
Really?
Yeah, we're really low on character slots, and we have no idea who they are.
I wonder if I could find
Actually, it
that.
might be as much as 7, so it'd be 6 after today, maybe.
Yeah, I thought there was a little more than 5, actually.
Yeah, I think it's 7 unrevealed, unknown characters. So today would make 6, and then
We still
like
have to
a
have-
couple of guesses that are like really strong guesses.
Still have to have room for Kim Kapwan, right? You think Kim Kapwan's actually DLC? You
I
think
mean,
he's-
so about that, this is a good segue.
Okay.
There's been that conversation about how Kim doesn't have the name Kapwan anymore. He's just Kim.
wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, for like the past like 7 games and all the websites, he's just Kim. He hasn't actually
Kim,
been referred to
yeah.
as Kim Kapwan in a while.
Really? Huh?
Because of like legacy and his namesake and all this stuff, they actually have eventually dropped the Kapwan from it, and he's just Kim.
Huh?
He's just Kim now. Probably largely due to like licensing and likeness rights, especially because his sons are named after the real Kim Kapwan sons as well.
Oh, is Kim Kapwan
Yeah.
based off of a real person?
His name is, yeah. And it
Oh,
was someone who
really?
like worked on some of the projects and stuff. Like I linked a whole article about it because it actually came up on Twitter again recently.
Huh, I actually did not know about this.
Let me see if I can find
He's
it.
actually his namesake. He has a real life namesake.
Yeah,
then.
of like actual
Yeah.
like major figure.
Dang. Okay, I didn't know that. I don't think I ever knew
mean-
that. Okay.
Well, a lot of characters,
Yeah,
you know,
president
they already
of
resemble
the
many
Korean company
people.
Viacom.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, whose name was Kim Kapwan, and then his sons are like Dong and Jae. Like actually.
Wow.
Like it's a whole thing. And so like
Yeah.
apparently now like after everything's been said and done, now they're just gonna call him Kim. I don't know. So we will not be talking about the potential air quotes leak stuff.
Was there more leak stuff?
Not more, but there was previously existing stuff that we still
Okay.
haven't talked about because it was a little while ago.
Okay,
And we're not
okay.
going to talk about it, and please don't talk about it in
Nope.
the YouTube comments or anything either. But
Yes.
no, so that's what
Or
I
in
meant
the
by
chat,
the
please.
that's what I
Please
meant
not
by
in
the
chat.
like good guesses is because like it was kind of like a more than heavily implied
I mean,
rather
this
than
is
a leak.
This is not counting obviously Hydern, right?
Right.
Okay,
So it's
right.
so it's not counting Hydern, not counting
Splat
Splatoon Girl, not counting glamorous glasses, braids.
Yeah,
and then not Hydern. So it was like 5 or 7 slots after that, and that's it.
Okay, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
So something like that.
Okay.
Like I said, I need to see the actual character select screen to remember the math on this. But I think it was actually like only 5 after the potentially spoiled characters.
Right. Okay.
And it might not even be. But yeah, because I think we have like one whole ass team after that, and that's like it. Like we're really running low. So I think Kim very well might be donezo.
Wow, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, finally breaking his perfect attendance.
So he'll actually be one of the first of like 4 or 5 characters now that are going to lose that.
Well,
right?
and I mean, part of it I think might come down to the comments before about like there are too many characters from the source material and not enough characters from our own material.
Celebrating my 7 months with Ma Boy Cookery. He's the character I was waiting for. Laughing face.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But I think he might be getting phased out in favor of Luong. Because Luong's like the only Korean martial artist left in the game.
Right, yeah.
Or Korean-teamed martial artist, anyway.
Right.
I'm not even positive she's
Pretty
actually
much.
Korean.
Okay.
And I've already given up on Najid. I don't think she's gonna come back for same type of licensing reasons.
Yeah, because SNK doesn't outright own her.
Yeah, because I have no idea,
I'm
and
surprised.
neither do the rest of us, of like whatever happened deals contracts with that character because she was created by somebody else through a contest.
I mean, I'm
So-
surprised the contest didn't have stipulations that once they pick the character, that character becomes property.
So
with
about that, yes, but not property of SNK. Property of Manga Productions, who ran the contest.
Oh,
Manga Productions owns her.
Interesting. What's
That-
Manga Productions?
They're a Middle Eastern comic publisher or something like that, or
I
like
see,
they have
I
like their
see.
fingers in the Middle East as well as like China or something like that. I don't know that much about them.
Okay.
So I didn't know they were in the Middle East, and that makes sense why
I think
it was
they
Najid.
have at the very least strong ties to the Middle East, which I think has led to some of the other things coming forth as well.
Wait, is Kukri's face never been shown?
Never been shown.
So Kukri's one of
Never
those
been
characters
shown.
then.
Yep,
Yeah,
we get a
for-
vague silhouette, and we get him actually pixel blurred once.
Oh, really?
It's
They
super
actually
funny.
pixel blurred him. Wow. Now, what are the chances that Kukri is actually somebody else that we've known from the past?
Somebody else, pretty slim, but non-zero. But I want to know if he's actually tied to the Izoku clan at all, like Duolan and Lin.
Oh, right.
Because he very much like has a very similar design and
If
aesthetic.
Kim isn't DLC, I'll be shocked.
And I don't think we'll ever see Kukri's face ever. He's stayed mysterious this long. They're probably just gonna
I mean,
go
what
with
if
it.
he's nameless in a different redacted?
Speaking of nameless, I
Uh-oh.
mean,
No, actually,
Wait.
I'm thinking,
Okay.
I'm thinking along with a lot of other people that Nameless now has a good chance to come back.
Wait, why?
Just because of like everybody else coming back, and you
But,
know,
I mean, I
it
thought-
just makes sense with the characters we're
sorry.
getting right now.
So real quick,
What'd you find?
Manga Productions is Saudi Arabian
Okay.
outright. So
Since
I mean, that's the thing is like, but I thought he wasn't going to show up anymore because they just don't want anything to do with him now.
who him? Nameless.
Nameless, yeah.
Nobody knows, honestly. Because the thing is, they made him for a dream match of a dream match where they couldn't use the original dream match. But like, he has his own plot and everything, and he's still pretty popular for probably reasons beyond his tier placing. So like, he could come back, but I feel like he falls into the Rock Howard territory where he's going to be DLC because they know motherfuckers will pay for it.
Fair.
I believe that.
Yeah, like Rock will probably be in this game as DLC. He's not in the launch
Right.
roster.
What if Kukri is actually Shingo? Have they ever been in a game together?
No, because Kukri's only in one game.
Right. So Shingo wasn't in that game.
No.
So
No,
What
because
if Kukri-
Shingo is trying to shoot fire. He's not trying to throw sand. He is not Dale Gribble. He might be Dale Gribble.
what if it's Lucky Glober?
Why are you like this? Also, do you really think Lucky's gonna put on a long white braided wig?
Oh, does he have?
Yeah.
He has hair.
They
He has a
stick
lot
out.
of
He has
They
hair.
stick out.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. I knocked a can of soda over.
But yes, Kukri is actually Dale Gribble, and he's wearing a wig to hide from the government.
Who? What? Where?
Watch King of the Hill.
Pocket sand.
Pocket sand.
Pocket sand. I almost asked you guys to put Sandstorm on for the intro.
Oh no, that's
Like-
if as long as we're all right and it is Kukri, we're not
Oh, no, but
finishing
it
tonight
will
with
be
Kukri's
ending,
theme.
yes. Yeah.
Well, we can't play Sandstorm because that would DMCA us,
We can
right?
for, what is it, like 5 seconds?
I don't
Until we
know.
got.
You can find like
How long
an
is the-
SNES chiptunes remix of it.
Let's find like a piano version of it, a piano arrangement.
Oh my god.
No,
Someone
no,
actually-
one of the kazoo ones.
No, the music box.
Dude, someone
you gotta do the
actually
music box version.
I mean, do you know John Choi's history with Sandstorm and like the inside joke with him?
Only the tiniest bit, not the whole story.
They used to joke about him clubbing with glow sticks and he loves Sandstorm and whatever. Someone taught me how to play parts of Sandstorm on the piano, like
All
the
three
chords.
notes of it?
Yeah, those three chords. Yeah,
my
and I did
God.
that for John Choi, and he just looked at me and he just like hugged me.
But yeah, no, there's gonna be some like
shit.
amazing covers of Sandstorm on YouTube. We can find at least one.
Yeah.
I'm thinking a kazoo orchestra is a good way to go.
Kazoo orchestra.
Yeah, there's like a dozen
no,
dudes
that
with kazoos.
that actually no, it's that one little flute. It's on that one
A slide whistle.
no, just the regular plastic flutes. What are they called? Somebody in chat help me out. I completely like blanked out on the name.
A recorder?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, someone else got it too. Recorder.
Thank you, Tony. Yes, on recorder.
So
That
fun
actually does
fact
exist.
about the recorder, the little flute. My first experience with the recorder was the episode of South Park about them. I have never heard of them before that. Should tell you a bit about my hometown.
I mean, I only
I've
know.
never heard of it.
I only know about a lot of instruments because, you know, growing up, we've always had those synthesizers and those keyboards that had like the 100 sounds on them. And one of them was a recorder and it sounded like a flute. And so that's how I found out about them.
You know, I'm so heartbroken because I'm sure you've seen Bob's Burgers or you know of it. Gene's Casio, I literally had that growing up. And it was the same. It had the dog, the lion, the laser.
Oh, yeah.
And you could do that thing where you record in it and you can say anything or make any sound and then it would go differently on all the tones and pitches of the keyboard.
Right.
I unfortunately sold it during one of our garage sales. My sister and my dad pressured me into selling it and they're like, yeah, you'll get a better one. Never found a better one. That was the ultimate keyboard of all times, was the Casio one. Oh, I'm still mad at them to this day. If I ever see that thing, I don't care how much it is, I'm going to grab it.
All right,
if I ever
Cobra,
see it at a yard sale or a Goodwill, it is mine.
By the
It
way,
is
I think Cobra wins today. I think that's what we're gonna have to go with.
What did he put up? Because I'm looking for something.
He says we need to play, not Sandstorm, but we need to play Mr. Sandman.
I assume
instead.
by the Cordettes.
Yeah. Every
Oh
time I
my
think about that song,
God.
I think of Back to the Future.
So do most people.
Yeah.
I'm really glad I'm not most people.
Why? That's a good movie. It's good.
Yeah, but I can like the song on its own merits.
Okay, fair enough.
Like whenever I actually think about that song, I think of the official TV recording of it and watching them perform it. So.
Oh, dang. Okay.
It was on who was it? Was it on
Ed Sullivan? Show?
I think it was on Sullivan.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Ed Sullivan was good at doing that, right?
Yeah, pretty sure it was Sullivan.
He's the one who brought the Beatles, helped bring
Yeah.
everyone knew about him, but, that's where they debuted on American TV.
Good old
Okay,
Silver
there-
Shamrock.
There you go. I just sent you a good cover of Sandstorm with a recorder.
Oh, no.
There you go. Fair enough. You know what?
You're going to look up Mr. Sandman
Oh
now?
no! I'm just gonna click play on this one because it sounds terrible. I'm looking forward to it.
It's amazing. I've only heard a few seconds very quietly right now, so.
It scared Nathan.
Keep it going for me. Keep it going for me.
Can people hear that at home? Now I need my glowed sticks too, yeah.
Like, the thing is, it's really good, but it's also, like, doing a whole, like, multi-layered song on a single instrument just feels hollow.
There was one time we did
Alright,
like
I'm
this,
done raving out.
we did this contest. This is a long story. Me and my brother Cone and our other friend Jason, we did this whole giant tournament thing that we ran. And one of the contests was we downloaded a bunch of really, really crappy MIDI versions of songs. And we played them, and it was like Name That Tune, but it was like really crappy.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
And I think one of my favorite ones was like, it might have been Bye Bye Bye, right? But it sounded like the intro to a medieval Genesis game. Like, it was amazing.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Remind me never to make you DJ for any wedding or reception.
Dude,
Just
No, he needs to get,
mental
like, at
note.
least a 15-minute set.
all I would do at a DJ wedding reception is I would just probably download the entire soundtrack to like all the Beatmania games and stuff and just be like, there we go.
Yeah, because then you
Oh,
never have to
no.
do anything.
Right, just put it on random and just let it go. I mean, honestly, I had thought about it. Like, my wedding band would probably be a rock band station just sitting there and just like.
I could
anyone
see
who
you
feels like
doing
playing.
that.
Like anyone.
But
who
I
wants to...
still want us to have a certain jazz band during our reception so we could play all the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 songs we want.
Yeah.
That is
I mean,
happening.
we know a couple of
100%.
bands who could do that, so.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That'd be amazing.
No, it is.
No.
No.
No, seriously though, Speedwagon, the Genesis chip, like, has some of the most memorable sound. Like, Ghouls and Ghosts doesn't sound right unless it uses that sound chip to me. Like, that just sounds like it sounds right to me. So, like, especially the second theme, the second song is really good. So, yeah, at a wedding.
No, you guys, it's happening. We are going to be streaming this as well, so everyone can like join in. I am having a jazz band play a few CVS2 songs, and then most of our favorite Marvel vs. Capcom songs.
Now I'm just
Like, it's
imagining though, like
happening.
live streaming the wedding, and we actually have like stream tips up, so you can actually donate to the registry.
Yeah.
Dude, I want when Kitty is introduced to walk down the aisle for them to play, I'm gonna take you for a ride. Gonna take you for a ride. Oh. And they
I've been debating on which one it is because when wherever we get married, whoever we get to be our, our priest is gonna basically, right after they say you may kiss the bride and we kiss, Guile's theme comes on immediately.
Because I'm gonna go home and be a family man.
Yes.
No,
It's
I do like the tuna with bacon.
Yeah, tuna with bacon is of course on the list.
Yeah.
but
Well, there's tuna with bacon. I don't know. Should we tell them? I've told so many people already.
yeah, I, mean,
I don't think it
whatever.
matters.
Like, nothing's a secret anymore.
Nothing has been a secret for a while, but anyways, for our first dance together, whatever, which isn't even going to be correct because as soon as the jazz band gets there, I'm going to be on the floor with Mike and all of our friends. But for our, the wedding song, the love song, it is tuna with bacon.
Yeah.
I have a goal of mine.
Not the Blue
since-
Mary song.
Nah.
No, True Love We Making is very important to me and both of us, so it only makes sense that will be our official wedding song.
Now that being said,
And,
I might like West Side Story down the aisle.
True Love
So.
Making. Dude, someone did a cover of it and was like actually like singing the words to it, and there was like certain lines that I don't think I ever knew what they were actually saying until listening.
Oh, I'm convinced that I have no idea what that song is saying.
I mean, it's just, this is true love we're making. This is true love
tuna
with
bacon,
you and me,
appetite.
right? Or
appetite.
That's basically it.
It always sounds like to me half the time.
Yeah, but not all the time. I mean, we need sleep, I guess, but yeah, I'm watching my phone like a hawk.
Wait, is there going to be a trailer today? I thought we were just getting the silhouette and that was it.
Silhouette?
No.
Go check the link.
Silhouette is always night before.
Yes.
I thought they were doing the
For the most
silhouette
part.
into the trailer.
No, because remember last week wasn't that,
We
it
get a
was the
trailer
previous
today.
week.
We get trailer.
Tune in to tomorrow's character trailer to find out.
Holy shit! I had no idea. I thought it
Killing
was
me, Smalls.
Dude, I thought it was just going to be a trailer. I thought that was just going to be the...
Man, you were inordinately excited for nothing. That's awesome.
I get excited for game stuff, I guess. I don't know.
This man was this excited, not thinking there was a trailer.
Dude,
Did your whole day just improve now that there is a trailer?
Precious. Like, seriously, why are you so precious?
I
This is adorable.
seriously thought there was going to be...
Yeah. But yeah, no trailer next week.
See, that's why I thought it was going to all fit right, because then the, quote, trailer would be TGS reveals.
Yeah, which is 2 weeks from now.
Oh, is it 2 weeks from now?
It's on the 30th.
It's on the 30th.
It's on the 30th.
Which would be like the 29th here or something like that.
Gotcha.
So actually, we
So
can use
this
the next
is
10
our
minutes to talk about that.
trailer before the break.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And then TGS.
So
that's...
Yeah, so as it is, we're not getting anything next week, is the running theory.
Mm-hmm.
The following week is TGS. We should talk about right now is that the current plan is that we will not be doing our stream at the normal time. We talked about this a little bit last week,
Right.
but it looks
2
like...
weeks from now.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now. Looks like we
Write
are
this
going to
down.
follow through that plan, and the stream will be probably start 2 hours later than usual. Rather than 6 Pacific, it'll be 8 Pacific.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a little bit like that hour of talk time and whatever. And then 9 Pacific
Then 9 o'clock.
is when the TGS stream starts.
Yes.
And so we will restream during that point, even though none of us speak a lick of English.
Japanese.
That too, apparently. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm doing terrible at speaking English right now. Yeah. Yeah, we don't speak very good Japanese. No, I really don't, apparently. I don't English real good.
Do we know somebody that we could just... Can we get Corey here?
See, I'm not the only one who
we
thought
might
of
be
that.
able to, but I mean, we'll see how it goes.
Okay,
but
okay.
I'm not making any promises. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
I agree
we'll-
with you, James. I want to ask Corey to see if he wants to try to be our translator during stream.
Yeah. I mean, I'm totally down to, like, treat him to some Tsukumen and stuff like that for it.
That is a potential
I will
thing.
definitely be down to pay him
That'll do it.
for coming down here and helping us, so... Just so he doesn't have to do
No,
it
no, no,
for-
no,
Well, but here's the thing:
Okay,
he probably can't
I'll
because he
chip
also
in
doesn't have a
too.
real job.
I'll chip in too, but
right.
we gotta do Yakitori. We gotta
Well-
go to Sakura.
So the thing is that he has a real job, so he'll probably have to just do it on Discord.
Right.
That's probably
yeah.
a non-option. Anyways, so with that in mind, though, is that at TGS for influencers, for people, there's also going to be a playable demo. Not for everyone, apparently, but for fancy people.
For
And-
the cool SNK kids,
The cool kids.
you will get invited.
Yeah, the SNK influencers. Lol.
A playable version of
Influencers.
KOF 15 will be on display at the invite-only 2021 Tokyo Game Show offline event hall.
So with that in mind, apparently, yeah, it's invite only. Even then, you only get like a few sets. It's not like some of the guys are going to be there for 8 hours straight. But apparently, they are going to be permitted to film, which means that after this event, we're going to probably start seeing some match footage on Twitter and other such social
So
media
much
places.
footage. I cannot wait.
But this
We're gonna
basically
see a
only
lot.
applies if you're like an influencer of some level and in Japan, so you can attend TGS.
Hey,
I would like
Um,
to think.
As it stands,
I would like to think
I
that we
want
would
to be
have an
fancy.
invite if we could make it.
as it stands,
Spinning
there's
by
one.
the kick.
There's only one person confirmed to be on this invite list. And,
Who is it so far? I haven't kept up.
The basis for Golden Bomber.
See, that would be even more appropriate to get Corey over here.
Yeah, because then he could just run it back. So I guess it's the basis for the Rock Band Golden Bomber is also a huge FGC nerd. Like, he actually went to Evo Japan and competed. And
Corey
2 years
played
ago.
him, huh?
Corey fought him in pools.
Yeah, he did.
Who won?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Corey,
remember. I think
Corey
lost.
did, I believe.
I don't remember. Because I know that there's a photo of Corey like looking like tragic, so I don't remember.
Damn.
But that photo is now
Corey
posted in like a
at least
Japanese
won
esports arena.
one
It's
round.
the funniest thing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But apparently
No, that
it's
was
really
great.
well established that he's huge in the FGC, or huge in the FGC fandom, and
Right.
he's pretty good either way. So he's invited, but yeah, a bunch of the top level players are definitely discussed in it, but nobody by name is confirmed offhand, as far as I've seen. So like, yeah, no ET. We don't know if like Xiaohai is going to be there somehow. M Dash would, it would be a big one you'd
Now,
consider.
one of the things that's said is that there's going to be a limited number of characters available to them, right?
Apparently 8 playable characters.
Okay.
And
And
thanks
if you
to
look-
AT Rio, we've got this. More than, or almost definitely, this is the roster for the demo.
Now, where is this picture from?
It's from
They
one of the
posted
articles
it,
or one of the banners. It's one of the articles
yeah.
or some website somewhere.
Okay.
But what the interesting thing is that Paint Rival Girl is part of this roster, which is kind of fucking fire. But
Yeah,
also,
that made me really happy to see, which
also-
hurts that we're not there even more.
also heavily implies, though, that that's going to be the trailer reveal for that week. Because they'll
right.
probably
Okay,
want to
okay.
show her gameplay and reveal her name properly before they let people just pick her. Which you'll notice if you go to the next picture. Sorry, the next picture. Yeah, there's a golden bomber.
Oh, okay.
You can imagine that this is going to be accurate, especially because they're not going to put her on this, because that would be another way of revealing her name.
Right, but what is this? Where is this picture from?
That's the order select screen. So again, like, these are all just things that are shared on different
But
things.
what I'm just saying, right.
Basically, Rio put in a lot of work running around and snagging pictures to put them into like a nice condensed article of some kind.
Right, but I mean, so he's basically saying like, I mean, it's still conjecture that these are the 8 characters, basically, or.
But I mean, here's the thing: is that is a well-constructed logo that actually matches up. So it's pulled from something, and we've mentioned that there is going to be a limited number of characters. And I think they might have even said it's 8 offhand.
Okay.
But so it's like it's more than just conjecture. But I've read some of the articles. I've been looking around. It seems pretty solid.
Guys gotta stop calling her Splatoon Girl. At least give her the name Versette that we came up with when I was
I
cosplaying
don't
her.
remember what her name was. What
You're
name we
killing
gave her.
me. Just
It's just
call her Versette for now.
I like Splatoon.
I like
Splatoon.
I like Paint
No!
Rival. I'm just calling her Paint Rival.
No. In 10 minutes, a Nintendo lawyer is gonna knock on your damn door.
Yeah.
Just call her Versette.
Yeah, I'm not calling her Splatoon Girl like every time, but Paint Rival.
I'm gonna call her Splatoon Girl.
Damn it, James!
Squid Kid.
There you go, Squid Kid. There you go. I'll
I
call her
swear to
Squid
God, you
Dad.
guys.
There you go. Reverse. Oh man. Jet Set Radioette. Radioette.
Okay, fine. I would just call her Jet Set as well. It's either that, Versette or Jet Set. I don't care.
Understand the power of love.
One of my previous managers
Jet
was
Set
named Jet.
Radio!
All right, we've got 1 minute potentially here.
Yeah, thereabouts.
Carlito, that is clever, and I love it, and I'm gonna use it.
Versace.
I love it.
Versace.
Beautiful. That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
If anyone gets
Yep.
a link
So
to the
Rugel's arranged version did use that exact same sample, yes. And it's got a great history.
If anybody gets a link to the thing, dump it in the chat right away, because remember, I don't get it, even though I do crazy refreshes on my thing and it doesn't want to work.
Yeah.
I never have luck for getting them either.
But yes, so that exact soundbite is actually from a very long, intense speech, and it's really cool. but it's sampled in both tracks. You can go look it up. There's actually a website that just talks about, like, what is it sampled from, and it shows, like, what this is originally from, and every known song to sample that
so
bit.
cool.
It's the coolest shit.
Dude, I still couldn't believe that someone told me in one of the Jet Set Radio game songs, they're like, every time I think of that game, I think of the Birthday Cake song. And I was like, huh. And so I just started singing a song from Chibo Mato that has a line, I put pot in the birthday cake. So what? So what?
Nice.
For my own sake. And they're like, that's the exact song.
Here we go.
What the hell?
It's up.
Yeah, people are putting it up. People are putting it up. There we go.
Oh my God.
I wonder who it is.
Yeah, I know. Oh, you looked at the title and spoiled yourself. Come on.
Oh no.
Oh, snap.
All right, first time we watch this, we are not going to hear much. So, just as an FYI, because you're not going to be able to hear us, I should say, basically. All right, you guys ready?
Woo!
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Oh my God, perfect stage.
Oh, nice.
You could actually see more of his face.
Wow.
Hell yes.
Oh my God, that was a lot to look at. Whoa.
Whoa.
I never played him, so I don't really know his moves, but... Dude,
What?
What was that? So that, like that. Oh man.
They don't show
you
the
teased
climaxes
You
anymore.
teased me nuts. I love it. I love it. You damn creeper. Oh, great.
I love that they don't even bother showing us the climaxes anymore.
Okay,
No,
so the
they are
cameras
such
aren't on right
teases.
now, but I want you to know that my jaw is about on the table.
I forgot to put your camera on.
Yeah.
Shoot, sorry.
So I'm just smiling like an idiot right now.
Wow.
That trailer is
Go back-
fantastic, and yes, he got a new move. He got a new move.
Go back to his face. Go back to his face.
All right, let's do this slow motion here. I'm not gonna put up the small camera because it's not
fine.
fair. I don't have
It's fine.
kitties ready for that
it's fine.
too. So
I love the fact that he got to keep some of his over-the-top silly fabulosity from heroines.
fabulosity.
You heard me.
So, oh no, we made up that word a few years back.
It's better than
To
fabulousness.
describe JoJo goodness.
Yeah.
It's actually really interesting to me. I only just discovered that the arrows in slow-mo don't actually move at 5 seconds, but they might actually move at 5 seconds of slow mode time.
Interesting.
Interesting. Okay. that
Yeah,
actually-
no, he's definitely got like some of his heroines poses, which is fantastic.
Oh.
He is so over the top in heroines.
But
It's
this is the
hilarious.
most you've ever seen of his face, then, right?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is I have
That's not
never
bad.
see.
I didn't know like that earring is
Dude,
really obvious
he
now.
looks
Dude,
really
he looks
similar.
like he looks like he's related to Braid's
Right.
girl.
He looks like he's
So
related
much.
to Braid's girl a
Well,
lot.
I mean,
Yes,
they already
a
pointed
lot.
that out though with the fact that the trim on their coats is the same.
Oh, really?
That was discussed
Well, no,
in the
that was
trailer.
just That's not
Okay.
really relation. We were just guessing.
Well, the
They're
thing is
part
that
of
if you're
the
gonna
same
match
group,
if you're
whatever
gonna match
this is.
patterns like that, then it probably means that you have some shared heritage.
Right.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of face right there. I mean,
Wow.
artists could
Yeah.
draw him based off of that.
I like the fact also that you can actually see where his hair starts at the top of his forehead.
Yeah.
That's new.
And
Yeah.
it looks like it's similar to her bluish lavender colors too.
Mm-hmm.
Like
And of course, they're gonna put him on the metal slug stage.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
have
I'm
the
here
sand.
for I'm here for
For
it.
the sand, of
course.
course.
come on, he's got to be full power. So
Yeah,
there
I'm here
you
for
go.
it. Yeah, I actually really liked Kukri to begin with in 14, so like seeing him getting some cool upgrade stuff, I'm on board.
Dude, he looks so damn good. I'm so happy with how damn good he looks.
And then here
That's
we
his
go.
jump CD because reasons.
Okay, James, see his braid sticking out in the back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to love in this trailer. A couple things in particular I want to point out, but also wait for it. Crumple?
So it didn't crumple before.
I don't remember if it crumpled outright on that one.
But here's a sand teleport, which he's had before.
I thought it wall bounced. So yeah, he has a sand teleport. Also, I've talked about it before, actually off stream. I'm really excited for him to not have to use max mode to do EX teleport. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Ebenezer, I agree with you. The fabric choices for all his layers are like...
It did crumple in 14.
Perfect.
Okay. For some reason, I thought it wall bounced. Or wall splatted like CD does.
Dude, I love this look on his face.
Yeah, like... I mean,
Like,
maybe he's
what
pissed,
in
like,
the-
you never properly paid me. I don't know.
I mean, this totally looks like we're about to hear a bunch of excuses right now. I'll get you the money soon, you know? I'll do what I can, but, you know...
I'm having meetings with more investors tomorrow.
Right.
I'm doing my best.
That was a nice transition, by the way, into the super startup. The flames into the super startup like that. That was nice. As a, combo video editor, former combo video editor.
Yep, and then...
Did he do this before?
Yeah, but this is way better. This is way better than
Dumping
it was.
sand on your head, basically? That was a thing before,
Yeah,
huh?
that one's way better than the previous one.
Okay.
And then he's got his Psycho Crusher super.
Psycho Crusher!
Sand Crusher.
And that's new.
This little uppercutty move thing?
Yeah, that Koko desu ka? Yeah, he's got the fucking pillars of wherever he's doing things. Yeah, that's new. Now that being an EX though means that, like, I don't know.
And that juggle looks like that only happens if you can hit it with the last active frame.
I don't know.
Because look at the way this looks. Unless that just hits at that frame, you know what I mean? But look how low he's to the ground right here.
No, that's because also Antonov's a big boy. Look at the frame before it connects. He's pretty high. That's reasonable.
You think so?
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. But it still might only work with EX. Yep.
Okay,
Dude,
so-
the EX teleport without max mode is going to be really gross.
Oh, and it just hits like
And
I see.
Crusher.
So he's not one of those like Psylocke things where you have to guess which one it is. He just teleports, but they hit on the way.
Well, in 14, you can determine which one you reappeared as.
Oh,
But
you
all of
did?
them have a hitbox.
Oh, okay. So it can do that then.
Yeah, no, the sand looks really good.
Yeah, the sand effect is amazing.
Yeah.
He did a damn good job with that.
All right, deuces, Kirby.
Bye, Kirby.
Yep. And then EX spinny spinny.
Into crumple.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to boot up 14 again to mess with them again. But...
That's what close C, I'm assuming, or close C into a target combo.
yeah,
kind of thing.
close C and a 6A
Yeah.
stuff.
And all I'm thinking about are
6A,
those like sandscape
EX pillar.
pictures that you would flip upside down and make like little mountains.
Oh, that was regular projectile off the EXDP again.
Yeah, into the level 1 Psycho Crusher super.
Yeah. But then I really like this part of the trailer. Because one of the things Kukri is mostly known for is he has these extended corner combos that can like instant dizzy the cast. And they decided, you know what, we're just going to let you know you can still do it. And I really like that.
Because there is definitely some linking going on after that fireball in the corner.
Yeah, and like outright saying we didn't take it away is a really cool move. Yo, Benny Maru with a mustache, how you been?
Hi, Betty Madu with a mustache.
That sounded like she was talking to a puppy. Oh, Benny
You don't know
Maru
if
with
he's a puppy or
mustache.
not, if they're a puppy or not. Who's my little Benny Madu with the mustache? You are. That's you.
All right, Benny Maru
Anyway.
with a mustache. Does he stream? He needs to take that. He needs to get that sound bite and turn that into a sub now. He needs to have that as a sound
Yeah.
bite now for sure.
I am more than happy to supply you with that.
So the interesting thing is
apologize
that
for my nonsense.
this does look a lot like his level 3 super, but the way they're cutting it where they are implies that it might have some changes.
Right.
Because before it actually caused like a giant tidal wave and he just kind of rode it,
Okay.
but who knows?
There you go. Kukri is in the house now.
Yeah, also, like, his win pose here at the ending, where he does, like, extra
Oh my
poses.
god, James. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I'm gonna make the stupidest meme right now. Thank you.
What did I say?
Nothing. Keep talking. Nobody heard anything.
Oh my god.
Patent pending.
But yeah, so I really like the fact that they showed off some of his corner combo stuff to let people know he still had it. Because I was honestly convinced they were going to nerf his fireball a little bit to not give him those decade-long corner combos.
Right.
But yeah, like, you can bring up, like, Persona or a bunch of different combo makers on YouTube. Just look up Kukri combos, and you're going to see, like, 3 instant stun combos. He's, like, one of the only characters that has those. Like him and Vanessa. It's like, oop, touched ya. I'm going to burn 4 bars and dizzy you.
It's just really surprising to me that I mean, if you actually took Photoshop and just like applied some contrast to this, you'll probably get a really good...
Maybe. I mean, you can at least get the basics, but I think they also are going out of their way to not give him too detailed a face to, like, mitigate that. Oh, he doing it.
See, because like if I zoom in on this, that's a pretty good like look, right? I mean,
Yeah, I believe Zarina was on that list.
So if we just like adjusted
brightness. Yeah, no, I mean, just nerfing Quick Max so that you only get 2 of them instead of 4 of them or 5 of them does help, but
I mean, that's pretty good definition right there.
But again, like, it's a very simple face. Like, he doesn't even have eyebrows.
Right. It's not like, now we know who he is. It's like when Lex Luthor took off Flash's mask, right? And he's just like, I don't know who this is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I think I'm way more concerned, honestly, about some of the EXs without max mode and whatever we're going to get out of Shatter Strike. And yeah, no, definitely that's a problem with Vanessa in 14. Is look at all this cool shit I did. I just put in like dozens of hours to get this one combo, and you didn't die, or oops, I dropped it, and then I mashed the controller with my face and I killed you.
Oh, there you go. This is my super secret CSI trying to like enhance, yeah, which doesn't actually work.
Anyways, odds are still that it's going to be
that's
Elizabeth.
pretty good though. It's you're getting a good.
You saw that they're trying to create this new enhanced technology thing. Where
oh God, no! Please not. Let's not talk about.
Oh, let's not talk about this, please.
Dang, why?
Every one of those technologies goes very badly for the same reason.
Oh no, I know. I was going to bring that up. I was gonna bring that up, dude. I was gonna bring up. Okay, all right. I won't. All right, fine.
Yeah, no. It's gonna be like, okay. The hope is that it's Elizabeth because that makes the team feel more complete for a lot of reasons.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I put on the camera.
Hi,
Kitty. So just so you know.
Hi. I'm doing something for everybody. Give me a minute.
Oh, she's still memeing right now? Is that what's happening?
If it's Oswald, it's literally just so they can keep using Oswald. But let Oswald be DLC again. That's fine.
I was doing Oswald something for the chat.
Has worked with Ash before. But then it'd kind of feel weird, too, because that would mean that Kukri is replacing Shen Wu from the 11 team, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. But
like I said, all they have to do now is save Shen, and like I said, get Kenso, and then get freaking, like, Mien and put him on a team, and I think that'll be good right there. Make an official Team China, I think.
But yeah, Oz is fine.
Am I meme trash now to you guys? My goodness.
I mean, if her name
You're just
wasn't
like, when is Kitty not memeing?
I know, if her name wasn't Kitty already, I would suggest she change her handle to Mimi, right? So...
that
Stop
hurt.
it, Kenji. Stop it. I have hopes, at least as a DLC character, right? I'm not talking about launch roster, okay? I've given up hope on launch roster. I'm talking about...
Yeah, I'm feeling that Heideren's on the unknown team. That's my feeling.
Yeah.
And largely because I'm still holding out hope for it to be Hyder and Whip Adelheid.
Right.
I'm still holding out hope for that.
You still have the Adelheid, the feel for that right now.
I'm still holding out hope for that, and I feel like if they're going to drop one more bombshell in the game, that's the safest bet for a bombshell.
Adelheid, yeah. Because Adelheid was supposed to be in 13 or 14? It was 13 he was supposed to be
in 13.
Okay.
And got cut.
Season 3 DLC? I don't want to wait. Did you see Nathan twitching?
I almost said it.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's basically if we're gonna get any more bombshells, 'cause we got CYS and we got Chizuru. Like, there's not too many more bombshells we're gonna get out of this. Like, boom. And, like, just gonna, like, here's your character, drop the mic and walk away. Like, you won the day.
Can someone please time out Scorch in the chat right now?
Damn.
I'm just kidding. I would buy Kenso DLC. I would.
The braided woman is probably in the rival team. So the real question is who the third member of rival team is gonna be. More than anything else.
What if it's him? What if it's Kukuri? So
It might be.
Splatoon girl,
Braids Kukuri.
girl, yeah.
I feel like Kukuri is going to perceive her as a rival.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah. I feel like they're going to know each other. Like, it might even be like brother and sister or something. But he's going to be like, I don't
that
like
makes
you.
sense. That makes sense if it falls into the theory of Braids girl being on the same team as Versette girl. Because the way they were talking in the trailer, thanks to Corey, he actually translated something to me that isn't 100% accurate in the subtitles.
It was localized slightly different than a more literal
Yeah, it
translation.
was. Yes, but she's actually telling her, what was it? I'm the leader.
Yeah, it's like, it's
When
I'm the
she
boss
walked
or I'm
away.
the leader of the team.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was thinking the
she's
same
like
thing, Cobra.
Yeah, rival girl.
Yeah. Splatoon girl.
So if that's the case, if those two, if Braids and Rival Girl are on the same team, then that would make sense that she would always be giving Kukri shit and they'd have a good back and forth. Because they obviously are close enough to know each other if there's also the relation with Braids and Kukri, which I'm going to already say isn't 100%.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like Kukri is kind of like the eternal rival character. Like, no matter where he is, he's going to be somebody's rival.
That too, but I mean, I really hate to make this sound like this, but just because of SNK Herons, I think he's like more about giving the girls a hard time. It's terrible.
Okay, yes,
That's
he's
as
also
nicely as I
eternally the
could say
perverted
it.
character, especially with the fact that he says what I mean, at least some of us are all thinking. His win quote against Angel is literally, sexy. That's his entire win quote against Angel.
Man, this is, I mean, it's that whole plot to
Heroines
is exactly why I can't get excited about this character.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, and it's a shame too because you also you missed out on a good game because of it.
Right.
A lot of people did.
Yeah.
A lot of people did.
I can't. This is why, for me, Kukri is just I'm kind of sad to see him, but whatever, it's all good.
I mean, the thing is that I really hope they play up his he actually knows things and is just sick of everyone's shit angle. Not just being a jerk, but actually gets it and is sick of people. Not just being a jerk.
Sorry, hang on a second. Okay, there we go.
I love the idea that he freaking hates Kyo, largely on principle and largely due to him just being a Kusanagi. And I want them to explore why exactly that is.
Yeah, it's frustrating. I wish SNK Heroines didn't do that. I really do. And it's as a reason that's it's kind of annoying.
Yeah, but I hate Kyo, so I want to hear that more than I want to hear about him hating Yagami as well. I mean, it's he's not wrong. Like, I would love for him to actually secretly be, like, tied to Chizuru, like, 20 generations back, so he knows everything that's going on, is just sick of everyone's crap.
Right.
Okay, now correct me if I'm wrong, because you played way more 14 than I did, but with Kukri, did it ever say exactly what group or syndicate he came from in his story?
Nope.
It didn't,
Nope.
right?
I'm still holding out hope that he's
completely
Hizoku.
Elusive, right?
Yeah, we don't know shit.
So-
I'm just
So
hoping
what
he's
is
Hizoku.
what is that clan again? Hizoku?
The Flying Brigands. They're the ninjas that have Dualon, Lin,
right. Yeah,
Ron.
Okay.
Shaolon,
What
and
do we
3 other
know
characters.
about that clan, though?
The most of them are dead because
Okay.
Ron, Dualon. They tend to use a lot of like poisons, some undead stuff like ghosts, bones, creepy stuff. They're spooky. A lot of poison, mobility, stretchy limbs, and that's about where it goes. Yeah, like I think they're an assassin's clan technically. Like, I mean, imagine if Fong wasn't funny. That's like Street Fighter V's Fong.
Oh, right.
Imagine if he
right.
wasn't
okay.
funny in any way.
Yeah.
That's kind of where like the Hizoku are.
Okay. Fair enough.
But yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Hizoku clan. I really would like to see them get developed more, and the fact the last game didn't have a single one officially hurts my feelings.
Eh.
I mean, I want Shaolon back, but that's me. That's the character I want for Max Impact. Yeah, and Dualon's a boss.
Does he
And-
actually chop a dude's head off in his intro?
I don't remember that, but maybe.
Oh, man.
Fong's a distant relative no one talks about.
I actually like Fong. I think Fong's really cool. I think he's a sick character.
My thing with him is that he's like, basically, he's like, you know, the Hizoku, but let's make him goofy for no fucking reason.
Yeah, I know, but that's Street Fighter history, right? I mean, they can't ever seem to take their own characters seriously ever since the beginning. I mean, with Blanca, right? Blanca was the establishment of that from the get-go, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, you know, maybe we'll get real lucky and like a couple of years from now we'll get like a crazy-ass dream match that'll actually just bring back a couple of Max Impact characters. Since it's a dream match, you don't have to worry about it.
I mean, we haven't had a dream match in so long, right? Because there wasn't any for the Ash Saga.
Well, I mean, air quotes. We had 12, which doesn't really count anyway.
Well, I mean, that's kind of part of it, John. It's not because he's Chinese, but he invokes so much of that look and that design that I've seen from old Chinese films so much. You know, it's just when I first saw him, it was just like, okay, I've seen this look so much in all these movies and stuff like that, and I was like, that's sick. I like this design. So
Yeah, but the
Old
thing is,
Chinese movies, like which ones? Like Kung Pao?
no, no. Oh God.
that's a lot of
I'm
nuts.
sorry, I had to. I'm sorry. I know.
What's funny too is that the way Fang looks. So what happened in a lot of Chinese films was that when they showed him on the screen, it would on TV they would always be they would have the sides cut off because of letterbox, right? But the credits would not be able to fit because Chinese they would always use up as much space as possible.
Squish.
So on the credits they squished it so everyone looked strangely tall and stretched.
Everyone is Slender Man suddenly.
Yeah, and then Fung actually fit that. Like, it made me think of those stretched credit sequences because, like, I've seen him
That is
look
such
like
an
that.
interesting thing for you to, like, notice and latch on to.
Dude,
I
it was
love
right? Dude, like, that's exactly what it made me think of, so...
Okay, first off, Ye Olden Dick Twist, beautiful name.
Give him the old
I am-
dick twist.
And the fact that you used one of my favorite quotes, which I use to describe our cat all the time. Thank you. That's
Yeah,
it.
she does.
Kaze gets his ass kicked all the time. This cat of ours starts so much crap around the neighborhood, and he's really bad at fighting. We've like made this decision that he always comes back always jacked up and beat up and bit by other animals and stuff. So and I did not, train him as a joke. I don't know how it happened, but he is the Wimplo in the house.
Yeah, no,
he
he's
really
a lover,
is.
not a fighter, but he's also not very friendly sometimes.
He's not a
So he's not really a lover either. He's just bad at it.
Oh, poor
He's
kitty.
he's really bad at being a cat, like, all around.
Oh.
He's
And
terrible,
so,
but he's our kitty, and we still love him, and we still
He's my
care for
little
him
buddy,
and take
but
him.
he's a dumbass.
so he comes home
Yes.
bleeding, making him the victor.
Yep.
Then okay.
Yes.
That's the joke.
Where's the
And he's
quote
very
from?
proud to let us
Come
know.
pal.
Oh, okay. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Oh man.
Foot to face style, how'd you like it? Like, that's Kaze when he...
Oh, poor cat. Shingo cat.
Shingo cat.
Oh man. Now I just picture
Oh.
Kaze trying to like uppercut someone and falling on his face.
Now I'm actually just imagining Kaze being voiced by Koyasu.
Oh my god, no. James, you would have loved my cat before Kaze. His name was Benimaru, for obvious reasons.
No mustache.
And no mustache
But
though.
whiskers.
He did have like the wild bobcat ear whiskers though, because he was a Manx with a nubby tail, and he was big. And my neighbors actually owned him and got him for their daughters, but the daughters decided to disown him, and he was like a stray for 4 years.
What? Really?
And yes. And the most jacked up thing is my neighbors actually declawed him.
Oh my
So-
god.
So after their daughters
Oh, look at
lost
me.
interest in the cat, he became feral again and a stray, and he ended up warming up to me over the years. So I just said, this is my cat now, and adopted him. Here's the crazy thing. They like disowned him for 4 years, right? They had no idea he was my cat for like 7 years after that, because they like never saw him. And then she wanted him back. But
What?
he was
Yeah, right.
he was yeah, no. He was so part of our family, and even their parents are like, yeah, you know, we'll just get them to adopt a new cat. We're sorry we even asked.
No,
I was
you
like,
don't do
I
that
know, I
either.
know.
Oh, right? Dude, because if they disown a cat from disinterest after a while, you cannot put a cat out in the wild after you've declawed the cat.
Well, except him,
and-
who just fucking learned how to box.
Mike is right. He is absolutely right. So while Benny learned how to fight, this is one reason I named him Benny Maru. He had the hardest right, like, you know, swipe. He had a good right hook. Like the cat, like when we would play bite, and like he would play bite me and everything, he was nice to me, but I could tell like he knew how to chomp. And then he had this crazy right hook where he would just suck my hand away. I'm like, damn, dude.
He
But
learned
no,
how to adapt. He's a fighting
He
game
did.
player for sure.
Benny
he adapted.
No, he's
Madu
not.
has
He
hands.
adapted.
He had hands. He did.
Wait,
Benny
wait,
had
what?
hands.
What do you mean?
He's not a fighting
he
game
wasn't
player. He
really-
actually adapted.
Oh god, no!
Instead of
but
just crying for nerfs.
Carlito has the best one right there. He went from claw to boxer, dude. There you go. So-
Oh
although
shit!
the
Oh
name
shit! I didn't
changes
even
are-
see
are
that
not
one.
quite there,
Oh, that's
but
a good
still,
one.
I-
He did
yeah.
go from claw to boxer.
I like it. I like it. man.
No, Benny was amazing, and Kaze is such a failure at being a cat. I always say, like, man, you make me miss Benny Maru so much, but
I mean, and yes, and also Cohen is correct. Do not declaw your cats, dude.
Yeah.
Just don't
never
do it.
declaw your cats, people. I'm
I mean, it was the
sorry.
craziest thing. So like
they're-
I got my cats because of my ex, right? And her cats were declawed, and she actually was kind of like, well, declawing's not that bad for the cats and everything. And I was like, I'm not declawing my cats. So
Oh,
I
hell
know
Next time someone looks at me and is like, I'm gonna declaw my class, and I'll tell you what, you rip off all your fingernails and we'll start there.
Right,
And if you're okay with that,
it's not even ripping off fingernails. It's
oh, I
literally
know. I
cutting
said
the-
start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And because that's my point, is that no human is going to volunteer to just rip off all their fingernails.
right.
And you're gonna try to break off the tips of their fingers.
Right,
Like, get
yeah.
fucked.
No, I'm not declawing my cats, dude. Even though they
so,
have
yeah,
destroyed my
that's-
carpet, I would still prefer that to declaw.
But that's the thing. That's what spray bottles are for.
That doesn't
Like, I
work.
have to retrain Kaze right now because every time I'm with Mike, he learned how to scream at the top of his lungs and yell hello. Mm-hmm. So and you know, it's like 3 a.m. He wants in the house, and he's like, "Hey." So it's ridiculous. I don't know where.
Sorry, you cut out for a minute. What was that?
Hello.
She's not wrong though. He actually does sound like that.
I now have to record Kaze saying hello for you guys, because
please,
it is annoying to me, but you guys will find it funny.
I need to. I mean, that might have to go right up in there with "I am Big Billy," right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, which is still.
Yeah.
The thing
I
is,
wish
you know,
you
it's
could talk
tragic
like
though.
Big
I've actually
Billy.
still never seen Kaze say hello,
Uh-huh.
but I've heard it a few times.
Right,
And I'm like,
yeah.
you never do it when I'm looking at you.
Oh man.
Because I want to know
you
just
should
what
probably-
he's looking like.
Yeah, I mean that reminds me like of our friend Jason, who, you know, his dad owns a bunch of like animals, including a parrot, and apparently the parrot got really good at saying hello, like when the phone rings, like just like they would when they pick up the phone, like in the exact voice of their.
Yeah, it's just it's their voice, but it's like it sounds like it's coming through.
Hello.
Crap dripping off.
That's probably how Kaze actually shows up to the door, right? With mud and like blood everywhere.
You're half right.
No, when he would get beat up, he would just be very quiet, and he would lay down the whole next day, and that was the warning sign of, oh, you got jacked up.
Oh no.
And then the next day later, he'd have like a pussy oozing abscess from wherever he got
jeez.
bit, or, you know, just fighting whatever animal he threw
Yeah,
down.
I've definitely had cars that cost me less than Kaze's medical bills. Let's just leave it at that.
This is why my cats are indoor cats, but there's also more to that. One, obviously, Nathan has never been outdoor a day in his life, and he has no survival skills whatsoever at all. And then two, Jasmine is a black cat, and you do not let black cats be outdoor cats.
Because they will not be seen, and then oops.
Yeah, and or not only that, but people just do mean things to black cats because they're superstitious.
Yeah.
They just see a black cat and they'll kick it. They'll
Every
dump it
Halloween.
in trash cans.
Every Halloween. My sister's cats, every Halloween, they are on lockdown for that entire week. They could never go outside in the backyard or hang out like they usually do.
Meanwhile, I see a black
Because-
cat. I'm like, hi.
Dude, black cats are the best, dude. I don't.
They
understand.
are.
The
They
only
are.
problem with black cats is that you can't photograph them. You just can't.
You get a
see them.
smudge
But you
with
get the
eyes.
cutest
Yeah,
pictures, though. You get
yeah.
eyes, and sometimes you get a little blippy tongue sticking out. You get the best pictures with black cats. What
there
are you
was-
You mean
talking
How to
about?
Train Your Dragon cosplay
Yeah.
also?
There
Yes.
was the one guy who was
Thank
like
you.
who tweeted a story like he could not find his cat, and it turned out it was just sleeping in front of his TV that was off. You have two black cats, Skywarp and Thundercracker. That's amazing.
I had to
Dude, you
stop
have
you and
to
just point
post
because
a
I
picture.
knew.
And that is the
Post up a
Transformers reference
picture.
of the week.
Yes.
Thank you, Ebenezer Grinch.
Amazing.
Oh
Amazing.
man.
Anyways, yeah, the guy who
But-
couldn't find his cat, it was just hanging out in his laundry or
No,
something.
it was sleeping in front of his TV.
But he-
Because the
soundbar.
TV was
the black
black
screen.
and off, and so you just never found it until like hours later. It was just lying there the whole time. Oh man.
I love that stuff. Well, London was my sister's black cat, and like you could not find her in the shadows at all.
Yeah.
Like, there are many a times I tripped on her on complete accident until
I mean-
they got their little kitty cat beds.
It was one of the reasons why we used to have those little bell collars on our cats, even for indoors. Once, because Nathan got trapped somewhere and my ex couldn't find him, and found him squashed behind like something and like in this complete like Nathan style. But I still will never get over the fact that when we first gave Jasmine the collar on her neck, she was just walking around and she could hear the tinging and she couldn't figure out what the sound was from. And then she did the thing where she shakes her head like cats do it and made this really loud noise, and she stopped and she just turned and had this look on her face like, what the fuck? Like, and I actually got that on video and I have a picture of it, and it was like one of the greatest things. Poor cat.
We're gonna have to post
Nathan
that up
is still
later.
asleep right there.
Oh yeah, Nathan is just he's asleep.
Just a big old
Is he still in the same spot?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
he hasn't moved since you tried to take that
he's made himself
video.
comfier, and that's it.
He got scared. He woke up briefly thanks to the recorder of Sandstorm.
Yeah.
But outside of that...
Because he kind of was like, the hell?
Yeah, he was like...
whatever.
I mean, like I said, this cat has never known a day of danger in his life, right? He's a cat that literally while he's asleep like that, I can walk up to him and like headbutt him or start petting him and he won't move.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, I just thought of something. I want to see if we can do it. Can we play Kukri's trailer again, but have that recorder song playing instead?
This sounds like a terrible decision.
I know, I'm terrible.
No,
but I just want to see how it matches up. That's all.
That's gonna have to be a Twitter meme. I think is what it's gonna have to be. So I'll leave that one.
Okay,
I'll leave that
probably
for
make
Mimi
it
to
later.
do. I'll leave that for Mimi to take care of.
KittyKaboooom.
Mimi Kaboom.
Mimi's on it.
The
Mimi
the
will
evil
be on
twin
it.
sister.
Yeah, also, shout outs to Katie for calling Darude Sandstorm like .mp3 like as her post before.
Oh no, Katie's Sandstorm post was amazing. That was
Yeah,
so
it was
great.
like a badly
I
formatted
appreciated that.
file name for Darude Sandstorm.mp3. It was fucking top notch.
Oh man.
No, she's the queen of she's Queen Mimi. Like no, she is definitely the Queen Mimi to me.
Which is funny because she's still just a permutation of her other thing because she's also Lily in Tekken.
Yeah,
So,
we're
Kitty
very
is
good
Mimi, and then
opposites
Lily
to
would be
each
Mimi.
other.
Everyone's memeing everywhere.
Is that what Lily does in Tekken?
No, I'm saying if you're gonna change a letter to like have like wordplay.
Oh, okay.
Mimi, Lily.
No, because when you said went to the Lily route, I was like, oh god, I know nothing of the lore of this character.
No,
so,
literally
okay,
just the name.
Okay. It wasn't.
No,
as,
it's just like the friendship joke with Katie and I is that she cosplays Lily, I cosplay Eliza. We're like opposites, but we get along, so it would make sense that she would be the actual Mimi
right. Okay,
to me.
Okay.
So that it's it all works.
Great. This is gonna be
Oh, and Slick Tricks is already on it too on his own project.
I wanted to do it.
It's another project. It's another project. You're all right.
It's all right. It's all right.
Wait.
Why you steal from me?
Easy.
No. No.
Oh man. Anyways,
So
SNK.
so we got TGS in 2 weeks.
Wait.
We will probably be starting our stream at 8 p.m. Pacific. We will hopefully watch all the stuff with match footage and trailers and stuff. Other than that, I think the only other bit of news is today also we got announced that the Neo Geo Pocket color versions of Metal Slug 1 and 2 are getting a Switch release.
Oh, whoa.
Which is kinda
interesting.
neato.
Okay.
It's pretty neat. Personally, I'm still waiting on Metal Slug Tactics because that's going to be fucking fire.
Dude, that thing looks amazing. When's that come out? It's next year, right? Next year. So we still got a while to wait. Yeah.
I believe it's next year, yeah.
I mean, like I said, I've barely played a tactics game. The only tactics game I ever tried to play was Dynasty Tactics because I wanted to try that tactics.
You even
game.
missed out on Final Fantasy Tactics?
I've never played Final Fantasy
you should fix
Tactics.
that.
I mean, I've told the
James,
story.
I haven't played Final Fantasy Tactics either. I never got into it.
Like,
I
people have
did
told
not.
me, like,
I'm
this-
there with you.
So what's interesting is that Final Fantasy Record Keeper, one of the things they've done is they put a one-player like story mode campaign, and they recreated a bunch of other games all in 16-bit style. And so they did that for Final Fantasy Tactics, and the story looks really good and stuff. But like, I'm afraid to play it because I'm like, is it spoiling stuff? You know?
Yeah,
But
just, I mean,
Joy,
if you know the
Joy
War of the
15,
Roses,
thank
you'll be
you
fine.
for that link.
That's the whole game.
but the
Guys-
movie.
The actual War of the Roses,
Oh.
like. Anyway.
Oh, that movie's amazing. But click that link for English translation of
it's a
Tokyo Game
YouTube
Show and thank
video.
you, Joy 15.
But, yeah, so a translation of the Tokyo Game Show programming. Oh, this is the actual show.
Oh, this is the actual stream.
Wait.
I see.
So that means that the whole show is pre-recorded?
No, it's just that they could just have it sitting here. It's
They
waiting
can have it as a preview.
See,
you can
you
have it as a
set two
preview until it
waitings.
starts.
Stop. Why is it in English then? is it pre-recorded, or are they actually going to hire someone to run a translation for the whole show?
Oh, right. Yeah, I see. It's probably pre-recorded. It's probably pre-recorded then. Yeah.
Why do you have EDD stuff up there? Change the screen. There we go.
Sorry. I was taking care of my own stuff here.
Also, there's something I want to talk about, and I don't think everybody has seen it. Mike, if you could, like, pull it up, because I tried to find it on my phone right now. I couldn't, but I sent it to you. The Geenit statue, please.
Oh. Did you resend it to me?
No, I did not. I couldn't find it. So you would find it quicker than I would.
Surprise, I need you to do me a favor.
Ramirez,
We're live.
do everything.
Goodness gracious.
Send it to me so I can put it on.
I have to find it now.
I know. Find it, Mike.
If you guys
find it.
I'm gonna beat both of you
in the chat
right now.
Haven't seen my tweets now. If you guys haven't seen my tweets in the chat, there is a very nice Geenit statue that will be coming out next year, and I want it. I want it. Bless you, James. Bless you, James. Bless you, James.
Wait until 4 or 5. That's always the rule. Oh. Whew. Excuse me. I don't know where that came from.
I sent it to you in Messenger, did I not?
I thought I sent it to you in Messenger.
Oh, yeah, you did. Whatever. It was in Messenger. So, yeah, I'm working on it. Give me a sec.
Who's the publisher of it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of the Chinese statue companies / figure companies.
Is it this thing?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So this thing then.
That's the one.
Okay.
Yes.
Can't believe I actually found something before Investigation Cone did and put it in the chat. Because he's really
Cone,
good
you're
at that.
slagging.
He's really good at that.
And he walks in and is like, hey, I stepped away. What's going on?
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, sorry. There we go. Jesus. OBS. God, it's like... this thing.
9TGK Studio. Interesting. I do want to point out that the actual statue says Leopold Genitz. And I was under the impression that Leopold was not officially confirmed as his canon full name.
Oh, really? Why?
Okay. I'm not a guy who knows things. Also, though, I do love the 96 poster there.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a nice touch.
Of Genitz there, with 96 on the ground as well.
Yeah, because
does that look like his face? Is that?
It's kind of a mixed bag.
It looks.
It's
longer.
a mixed bag. I wish the face was more handsome, like some of his later artwork.
Yeah,
but he looks very European in this.
His hair looks kind of
so
awkwardly
I'm okay.
fluffy.
Like it looks, his face looks too. Yeah, there's something about
the O2UM one is fucking top notch.
Which one is the O2UM one?
The next one in the list.
This one here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like this just looks like his face is too tall.
Yeah,
it's too tall.
Kind of horse face.
Yeah.
Why the long face?
It's very European looking to me. That's like the whole thing.
Yeah, no, his clothing and like body look fantastic,
right.
But the head.
Yeah.
I'm not terribly sold.
I'm still sold because it's a Genitz figure, and when was the last time they made one? And you know, I can't even get my hands on like any other type of figure like that. So
honestly, if they just shortened the nose a little bit and moved the eyes down and gave him more of a forehead, I think that's all they would need to do, really, because the head might be that tall, but his face isn't that tall.
Literally, like, I could spend 5 minutes in Photoshop and it'd be great.
Exactly.
But that doesn't fix a physical object.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's still a cool statue, though. So there you go.
There's enough other statues I'm in trouble on anyway, though.
All right.
We're in trouble on.
That's the Genitz statue. But again, it's cool because they actually make statues of all the different characters in well, not enough of them. But at least there's like one or two sometimes, dude.
Shout outs to Seth fans.
Do they not have any? Well, Seth doesn't really...
He's in a few games, but yeah, he's got a keychain.
Like, he's a character that, like, I don't see anybody talk about ever.
Wait,
he hasn't
and an acrylic stand. He has an acrylic stand.
Yeah, because everyone in 2000 has an acrylic stand.
Right.
And everyone in those games has, like, the one keychain. but you're never gonna get a figure of him.
Yeah, poor Seth.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, actually, no. I take it back.
know-
I take it back. He might have actually gotten the one of the Epoch statues that they made Vanessa, and they made Kula, and I don't think they made.
Did he
Ramona.
really?
I think there might be a Seth in that one, but I don't know. That's very subjective. A lot of people do like Seth.
They do.
And I know a
It's
lot of
just-
people who
it's
like
very
playing
hard
Seth
to-
The
too.
only thing that I know about Seth was that he was like one of the best combo extenders because he OTG'd his assist
Yeah.
OTG'd off of everything.
His 2001 striker and his 2000 like his 2001 striker is complete bullshit,
Right.
and I think even his 2000 striker was kind of
Because
bullshit.
it was always combo, Seth. And Seth would just stand there, combo, knock him down, boom, and then the
Yeah.
guy would blow up. Sorry, Nathan. Sorry.
Oh,
Dude, Nathan literally did this. I went boom, and Nathan went. And that was it. That was it, dude. Oh my goodness. What a cat.
so can we? I know you guys talked a little bit about it last time I wasn't on the show, but how much in depth did you guys go into the 98 Kodo Bishojo figures? Because
Not
that's
too
something
bad.
I want to talk
Not
about.
too bad. I want you to go ahead and take the lead on that. However, I forgot. I have something to add to it that changes everything.
What the?
Do you want to do that now or?
Yeah, just a real quick bit. So last week we
Go
talked
for it,
about
go
it. We
for
talked
it.
about the fact that it's a KOF 98 license, so there's only so many characters
Oh,
that we're
right.
really gonna get.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was wrong. I forgot
Oh.
about this.
Okay.
They got the license for that and SNK heroines.
Oh, SNK
Oh,
heroines.
that's right.
That's
I
random.
forgot it was a double license for 98
That's right.
and heroines, which means I'm probably never getting married.
That's so random.
Because
Why
they're
would you
probably
even
going to make
say
like
that?
5 Leonas and 5 Mai's and 2 or 3 Athenas because they have both licenses.
Oh my god.
On the other hand,
Here's-
if I get like Hydern Leona from heroines, I'm kind of on board.
You know they're gonna make all those sexy ass heroine outfits. Because let's face it, what does Kodo do for the most popular characters that already have 20 billion figures
Make 3
in
more.
alternate colors and outfits?
They make
They
3 more.
always do that.
Yep.
So your Chun-Li, they made 2 variants of Chun-Li. They made 2 or 3 variants of Sakura. They made how many of Cammy?
2.
Like they do this all
I
the
think
time.
there's 2 Camis, I believe. Yeah, I mean the Street Fighter ones. There's
Uh,
only like at least 2 of each of them at most, aside from paint jobs.
Okay.
Not counting paint jobs.
So nobody
I think there's 2
needs another
Sakuras as
Mai.
well.
Honestly, nobody needs another Mai or Chun-Li figure.
Yeah,
You know,
but Viparis is
or a
right.
Morgan
We're probably
figure
going to
because
get
they're
Girl
too
Skullomania
damn
from
young.
heroines before I get
I'm
married.
gonna paste something in your DMs. You don't need it, but it's just I never know the easiest way to grab text from here to my computer.
Okay.
So I'm just
Totally fine.
pasting something in here. So there you
So,
go.
have no
anyways,
idea.
going back to that, it's just like I would love to see the entire female 98 roster if they have the licensing for that, because you have the licensing for that. All of these characters have such a huge fan base that people do want to, own figures other than my Chun-Li and Morgan. And I really need you figure companies out there to understand that, okay? I have too many on my shelves. I've been collecting since the 90s. Take a break, all right? That's just like every, Neon Genesis, figures. It's always Rei and Asuka. It's like, stop, please. For the love of God, there are other characters that need love.
Here you go.
And there's Nathan.
There he is.
Oh,
There he is.
Nathan.
Look at this cat, dude.
Look at those large beans.
Okay, friendly reminder, Kasumi's not in 98. She's in 98 UM.
Oh, yeah, she's not in 98 directly. Look, he's like, you can't really see it, but he's like sleeping on his paw, and it's like,
Yeah, he's curled up like that.
yeah. He's,
Oh, I mean,
Oh,
can't even see
James.
me, so how am I posing?
Oh, James.
look at this.
Oh, James.
What
The
is
cat.
that? What does that mean? What is? Look at this boy. Look at this boy.
Also, yes, you guys do have your own TV, because that way both of us can read it and reply whenever we want. Makes it easier. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, they definitely need to make a Shermie. And I'm still not
Yes.
convinced Shermie's going to be in the first 3. The only way we're going to get Shermie and Shizuru is if they wise up and realize they can cross-promote it with 15. rather than just, hey, we have the 98 license.
Oops.
Exactly.
Like, honestly,
So
we're still
there's-
probably getting Athena first.
I would hope we would get Athena before we would get Mai.
I really did too. I really thought that, like, I just wanted to be surprised for a fraction of a second that it wouldn't be my first. But I mean,
like,
I
honestly-
can only hold out hope that Leona is in the first few, because Leona is popular enough that she would be one of the first ones kicked out the door by Kodo.
And this is something that Mike and I were talking about, like, all right, who do you think the first 5 figures will be? So we definitely went down the line of popularity, and of course, it's Mai, and then we would hope for Blue Mary,
Yeah,
and Athena is a dead giveaway,
I think
and
Yuri is really high on the list.
Oh yeah, that's
Also,
Yuri
Yuri's
is
in both
going to
games.
be
right.
yeah. And who else was it? Vanessa. Vanessa was another one.
No, she's not, because she's not part of the license. She's impossible.
I know, but we were talking about the
just general popularity?
5 popular figure
Oh,
characters
okay.
that there were. So
I
general,
mean, like, she's probably in that, like, number 5 slot. She's on the fringe, and she's definitely beating
yeah. But
Angel.
Shermie, I think after Mai is definitely Shermie, and then it would either be Athena or Yuri.
Not even close.
Like,
not even.
you don't
close.
think so for
Not
just the
even
98
close.
licensing?
Nope, not even close. Athena beats her. Like, we're talking
I don't think
internationally.
so.
Internationally, young and old, Athena can win tournaments.
Athena is also super popular in China, right? Like extra because she was
She's
originally
huge in
on,
China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
So
freaking, I mean, that's
Athena
why
has
they
tenure.
announced her during that.
Yeah.
That's
so,
why they announced her during that
Yeah.
China event.
So yeah, no, it's gonna be
It's
my
a big deal.
Athena, Kula probably, and then Shermie and Vanessa, if we're lucky, are after that. In terms of, like, all KOF females.
Right. But as
But just
Kitty was saying, let's
talking
get other
98.
characters,
Yeah.
please. And let's just get. I mean, I know Kotobukiya will probably never. I mean, have they ever made like male statues from any in any of these lines or anything like that? No.
Okay, I wish.
So
I
okay,
wish-
now in their defense, this is called the Bishojo line. It's the pretty girls line.
Oh, is
Yeah.
that what it? Oh,
Yeah,
I
pretty
did not
girl.
know that's what that's meant.
In their defense.
Okay. Fair enough. I did
But
not know
when
that
they
was a
have done anime male characters, they have made them handsome as all damn
Yeah,
hell.
but
Because
typically
the
not with that
Undertaker,
Mm-hmm,
yeah, the Undertaker figure I've always wanted. Holy shit, he's gorgeous.
'Cause I
And that's
just-
Undertaker from Black Butler, the anime series. They made a gorgeous ass statue.
But
of
I mean,
him,
that's
and
just coming from the production
Oh.
company. Like, the Bishojo line is all art from Shunya Yamashita.
Right.
So-
I'm just, I just want.
No, trust me. Do you know how much I would long for, like, Kodo to do a beautiful boy line and have, like,
Pretty
oh,
sick,
I don't know, Yashamaru and Gro and everyone, Ukyo
Yeah, and
and
Johnny
everyone
for
from Sam
him.
Show and
Like, the
Soul
whole chat's like,
Calibur.
but Johnny.
Like, Jesus.
Johnny for James.
Yeah.
Let-
I mean,
let-
look,
let me
Johnny
get a
for
testament.
James.
dude, the worst thing about it is,
You know what? Give me a female testament. It won't change much. I don't care.
you know what the worst thing about it is though, is like if they did make a guys line, it's just going to be Ryu, Terry, Soul Bad Guy, and all that. You know,
They're just gonna put makeup on Akuma.
yeah. Fucking hell, dude. Like, yeah, it'll be Ryu, Akuma, Ken.
I mean, no, but eventually, like 10 years down the road, we'd be lucky enough to get Iori.
What the hell did just happen there? I mean, like,
What just happened?
I just want like, because the thing is, like, you're not gonna make a pretty boys line and end up with Anacharus and Lord Raptor and Bishamon. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, I wish.
But like, how cool
my
would
God, I
that
wish.
be?
But we could have Bishi
So did
on.
what?
Bishi.
Bishamon, but Bishonen.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay.
We do have
These are all
Bishimon though. We
too
do.
advanced.
Have the small
Yeah.
the small gacha of Bishimon.
the Midnight
in,
Bliss Bishamon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Midnight
fuck,
Bliss
you're right, yeah.
Bishimon is like
They're all midnight.
Yeah, no, there is nothing harder in the world than being an anime fan who likes male characters that aren't Goku and Naruto.
yep.
Yeah.
Especially
Or
niche
Luffy,
fighting
right?
game
So-
guys.
Basically, anyone in like Shonen Jump pro tags, like if you're not into them, you're never getting merch.
Right.
Like and Kitty will feel me hard on this one. Suichiro Nagi from Tenjo Tenge, his entirety of all merchandise was one rubber die cut keychain.
And a plushie.
And he's the fucking pro tag.
What's the infamous phrase for Requel? Is it Requel, the curiously attractive fish man? Which is
something to that effect.
Right above my head right here. So there you go. Oh, man.
Yeah. But yeah, fucking Nagi was framed as the pro tag of the series. And he got a keychain. The waifus have like 5 statues each minimum.
Yep.
Of course.
And I only have like 7 out of those 10.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I guess.
Because I collected almost everything I could possibly get my hands on from Tenjo Tenge. That was my jam.
Dude, you know what they need to do also is a 2-figure set of human form and wolf form Talbane.
I was just gonna bring that up. If we're gonna do a mermaid Rikuo, then he needs to have like the regular Rikuo and then the Midnight Bliss mermaid. That mermaid gotcha is hot. I'm sorry.
Midnight Bliss Rikuo is ridiculous. And I don't even care for mermaids, and I'm like, bro.
Yeah, I mean, back in the early 2000s when I saw that gotcha set, I swooped it up so damn quick.
That freaking Johnny is like the only Johnny here.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah,
yes. Why do you think we bought it for you?
Right.
I went out of my way for this shit. I had to track it down because I knew it existed.
I saw this on like an eBay, and that's like the only place that I've ever seen it. Is the only Johnny that exists. It's one of the Gashapon ones that you put together and stuff. But I just want like. And that's the thing too, is I want to see these guys in like really cool like action pose kind of thing, right? Like, I mean, I just like
you have the Ramlethal statue. You would kill an infant for a Johnny of that quality.
Yeah, and you know that Ramlethal statue I got more because of the action pose than because I'm not even a Ramlethal fan. Like I'm not even a person who likes Ramlethal. I just got it because it was a sick looking statue
but you know
of a video game
but
character.
Don't worry, Giovanna will have a statue within the next year.
Facts. I'm surprised he doesn't have one already, frankly.
Yeah, but
it's been a year. Jesus,
dude,
slacking.
I'm gonna be honest. You know what I actually want? I want the like toy makers that do the Marvel Legends series, which is which I guess is modern Hasbro. I want them to get these fucking licenses. Like, have you seen some of the Marvel Legends Hulk figures? Let me get a Potemkin like that. That would be fucking amazing. Dude, I'm about to fucking go buy another Marvel Legends Hulk and repaint it. I don't care.
Because, like, I want Raptor either kind of like Johnny one, where he's doing the towards fierce, where his elbow bone sticks all the way out, or just the wind pose where he's coming at you from the front with his fingers and all the ribs are coming, like, at you, dude.
With the basketball hoop.
That would be a figure.
If they just made a figure of basketball hoop Talbane and he's dunking. See, all they have to do is do that, and then you buy the statue of all the other characters, but they all come with their own basketball.
Yep.
Dude, we're printing money here for you, Capcom. We're printing money for you. Oh, God.
Because they
wouldn't watch this show anyways. But going back to SNK, guys, I am still heartbroken that Sam Show is in its 3rd year, and I still don't have any gorgeous guy figures. I have no Yoshitora, I have no Ukyo, I have no Yashamaru. How can you not even make your own main character of the game into a figure?
In all fairness, there's not even a Darlie either.
There's no freaking Darlie! You know how much money they would
Sam Show
make?
2019 did not get much in the way of like higher end merch, and it felt like it should have. But yeah, like a sweet Yasha, Darlie, and Wu all kind of should have happened.
I mean, I'm just gonna make my own.
I mean, there's 1001 Iroha and Mina figures.
Yeah, because they've been around for a while.
Right, yeah.
So you knock out the new characters.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta have the new characters and the new waifus and the new husbandos first. You've gotta have that first. And then you have fun with
Melting
everyone else.
Neuron make me a Darlie figure, and I will be a happy guy.
So like I said...
Exactly. If we need to throw money for the prototype, you guys, we will. For the love of God, just please let this start already.
Either Melting Neuron or Yukishiro. Make me a Darlie.
Who's those?
Melting Neuron made that buff Felicia.
Oh,
and then Takayuki Shiragami, Yukishiro, is the one that we have that entire case of the same sculptor.
Case of his figures.
Gotcha. Okay, is he still making figures and stuff? Okay.
He's still around.
Yes, he is.
I was about to say, I'm gonna make my own Samurai Showdown paraphernalia. I'm just gonna get a beautiful sword, carve my name in it.
Perfect.
And that'll
victory.
be that's my Yoshitora sword.
So
right
Shiki
there,
actually does have a few figures. She could use a new one to be sure, but she at least had merch. But you know, we got to knock out like the new characters, really.
Wait, do I have all three of her? I have 3 Shiki figures. One is a gacha.
Yeah.
One is the Americanized Samurai Showdown that I got from my homie.
You have the
and
resin
then,
kit.
the resin building kit.
But we don't. But you don't have the big resin statue that I used to have.
No,
That's
you're right. That one
Of which
where
one,
she's
Shiki?
standing on top of the rock. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still need my Mikoto
Darlie
figure.
and Wu didn't
I still
get
need my
anything.
Mikoto.
Yeah, I mean, Wu would have been nice for me.
Yeah,
you know,
and
'cause-
logically, she would probably be one you'd want to do too, because like by design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, no,
I
the
mean-
Shiki resin statue or the polystone statue is actually really pretty fucking cool.
It's
But it's
really
just hard to
badass.
find.
It's just so
It's
hard
old.
to find.
Yeah, but honestly, it's weird too because when that game first came out, it was sold more than they were expecting it to, etc. It did well, but they just never took it any further than that, except making more DLC for the game. But there wasn't any love for like the netcode. It was on all the wrong platforms and everything. It was such a
I mean,
it was a
just
rough
hopefully
one.
we just get Samurai Showdown 2024,
Right.
and then they can do
Yep.
everything.
But to be honest, like if they really want to make more money, all they have to do is just make some figures of their latest Sam show and SNK
that's one
characters.
thing I really will say that Arc is really on top of is merchandising.
really
Like in terms
Yeah.
of like high end statues.
Oh, I mean,
all of the waifus and all of Arc System Works have great fucking
really
statues.
good statues, yes. And they're not cheap. And everybody throws their bodies at them to get one, and then the money on top of that.
So the thing is
if
that
SNK
that's not
did
even
that,
true. They're actually very reasonable when they come out, but then like 6 months later you're fucked.
right. I mean, I got the Dizzy one early, like right when it came out.
And the
so-
Ramlethal.
Here,
And the
have
Ramlethal
you
one,
checked
yeah.
how much to see that statue is now?
No,
The
you should.
Ramlethal is like over 600 easy.
really.
Yeah.
much is
And
that
like
Dizzy
like
one?
the new 13 is even worse.
Oh yeah. How much is the Dizzy at this point?
I haven't looked up the Dizzy.
I may no longer own these statues. No, I was kidding.
Fucking right.
Hold on. When the
yeah.
Dizzy one come out? When did the Dizzy one come out?
I don't remember.
Do you know who made it?
I don't remember.
All right, fine.
I'm sorry, dude. I don't pay attention to
We're
that
on
kind
it,
of
we're
thing.
on
Let me
it.
so
Google that for you.
I never was into that side of the statues. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
it's this one right here.
Oh yeah, you
The
okay? So that
A-core,
one,
the
that
A-core.
one. So yeah, okay. So yeah, it's an A-core. Okay, so used, opened,
So-
God only knows what's happened to it. You can get it as low as 180.
Yeah, I can
And I
see
see
that.
a new one here at
I'm seeing it
400
for
and stuff.
Yeah,
over
which is actually
200,
pretty
the most
reasonable,
expensive.
all things considered, for
This
those
thing wasn't
ones.
even that expensive when I got it
Yeah.
too. So
Oh, one person on
Not
eBay
this one.
Japan
That's
has it for
beautiful.
400.
Yep.
that's actually
Yeah,
really
that one's-
pretty. That's nice.
Yeah, I just so the thing is, like, I actually really prefer, for the most part, there's like the moderate grade ones, the ones that are 1 to 200 when they come out,
Yeah,
like these
yeah,
ones,
yeah.
the really nice,
The
well
Connecticut's,
sculpted
right.
PVC ones.
Uh-huh.
I'm not too big on this trend of doing the like $800 Chinese statues that much. I'm gonna suck it up because one of them's Mary, and that's just how it is.
Right.
But I would prefer to get, a Mary of like this grade if I had my rubbers.
Yeah.
I also
Yeah.
because I would probably buy 3 different ones. Like I'd probably like, oh hell yeah, I can swing that. I'll pick up the Leona too. But if I do
And
have
you-
an $800 Leona comes out, I'm like, that's nice, and then I'm gonna have to look away.
yeah.
Especially because most of the Chinese statues, I ranted on it last time I was on the show, you pay more for the diorama around the smaller figure with not the face of the character. Henceforth, look at Ginetz that we just looked at.
Right,
That's
yeah.
a prime example of my biggest gripe with these figures. So I'd rather have just a nice, decent $200 statue sculpted by one of our favorite Japanese sculptors instead.
Yeah,
And
that's
again, I really feel like SNK, if they want to make a few more bucks, like honestly, just start pushing out figures. You guys have the artwork, you have the license for it already, you have sculptors, you have artists. you could do this.
I mean, the hardest part really is, like, we would have to talk to PCS Toys and stuff like that. Like, how well did their Honda statues sell compared to their Cammy statue, for example?
Well, there's a bit of a subtle difference there between the Honda. But I mean, the thing is, like, you also look at, like, the Sagat did well.
Right, that's the question. How well did the Sagat do? How well did they make a Guile at some point?
Yeah, and I mean,
like
honestly,
that,
if it's that bad, just print fewer.
Right.
If you have low expectations of one, you print fewer of them, and then if they outdo your expectations, you can do a second run or something, which is something Japan almost never does.
Right.
They almost everything is the one print run,
and that's why everyone fights for them, and that's also why they go up in price so badly on eBay.
It's also why the amiibo market sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Because they are going to print however many they feel like, and it's only if they're pushed up against a wall will they print a second run.
Right, and then they purposely print not enough of them to create demand as well. So
yeah, and I mean, the same thing actually, right now, Bleach is getting a bunch of statue reruns for the first time in like 15 years, and it's remarkable. And they're all still labeled as like second printing and stuff like that, but it's like, at least you can get it officially.
That makes me happy.
But so I think part of this is also them trying to expand into the statue market, but giving the license to Funniverse to distribute it as they see fit, it feels like it has a lot of pros and cons. Because it's like, this is how we're getting these $800 statues and nothing else. How we're going to get the Coda ones who are expanding into making their stuff more expensive because reasons.
Speaking of, I spoke to a friend of mine who used to own a certain figure making company, and they actually, because I discussed this about the price hike in the Bishoujo line. They used to be $60 to $80. Now they're $120.
They were less than that before. The series launched at like 45.
They're like 120, 140 right now.
Yeah. Morgan's 120.
The Morgan's that is coming out is going to be $120, and you know that's going to triple aftermarket price if you don't get your hands on it.
Right?
It's the same as every other Bishoujo figure.
So here's the thing: China right now, the shipping, the giant ships, the containers, the prices have skyrocketed. They used to be $2,000 to $4,000 to ship your haul in one of those containers. It's gone all the way up, sometimes from $25,000 to $40,000.
Yeah,
because of COVID, because of everything that has happened right now.
Well, it's
just also, shipping costs alone.
A lot of the
having your merch,
a lot of the taxes that our government put on China during that point in time.
So what you're saying is that I should then buy the Japanese releases on Zen Market and ship them over to myself that way, because it'll probably be cheaper in the long run.
Probably would be cheaper.
Yes,
it's a lot of the tariffs and stuff.
That's what you have to do.
I mean,
this is why we love Zen Market so much anyways.
You remember how Guilty Gear has its own soundtrack in Korea?
Yeah, because remember, everything from China got more expensive because Trump had that big anti-China period is what happened.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
And if all the manufacturing and shipping.
The cargo ships and the cost of shipping those in the cargo ships have completely gone insane prices.
Yeah.
And that is the only way that we'll even be able to get merchandise shipped over to the States, is because they are paying way too much money, so they had to add $40-$50+ more to every figure.
Yeah, and that makes sense. Like, if that's something they actually, like, because you can't as a business really talk about that, like, hey, things are more expensive now. You can't be like, yeah, because we have to pay for shipping. Like, because I want to know, like, I mean, I would like to know personally, is like, yeah, it would be MSRP 60, but
right,
but you know, as the consumer, we don't typically get that information. So, but you know, that makes a lot more sense. But I think it's time to see if I can strategery some bullcrap.
Yeah, I know there might be better ways.
We are definitely gonna have to, because it basically Zen Market is the only way that we have gotten our hands on things anyways in the past 3-4 years, and we're just gonna have to keep continuing to do it. And, you know, Mike and I, you see the stuff we buy, the shipping is expensive, yes, but in the long run, 1,000 times better.
Shit, some of that stuff, the shipping costs paid for itself by how much it would have been on eBay in America.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
Exactly.
it might even be cheaper if you could just find someone who lives in Japan to order from China.
Oh, of course.
You know, and just
Yeah.
do that kind of thing.
Yeah. But,
I
I
mean,
mean that's not
they-
an option everyone has laying
Right,
around.
and Zen Market
Yeah, but-
doesn't do that, right? It won't order random shit for you online from other countries, or will they do that?
Not so much countries, but anyone that's going to have like purchasability is going to have a Japanese storefront, and you can purchase from any Japanese storefront unless otherwise specified.
Even if it's online only kind of thing? Oh,
That,
really?
So did you see Kitty and Laban's wonderful photo
Yeah,
of
yeah,
their
yeah,
King of Fighters 98
uh-huh.
gear? That was from a Japanese-only online storefront purchased through Zen Market.
Gotcha.
And then Zen Market shipped
So
it to us
Zen
afterwards.
Market literally is your friend who lives in Japan, except you're paying them
Yes.
for a little
I
bit.
mean,
Okay.
I think at least one of the proxy sites, that's literally like one of their tags.
Yeah.
Like this is a thing. Yeah, no.
your friend who lives in
Yeah,
Japan.
no. If you're stateside and Zen Market is an option for you, it's gonna come in handy.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna.
Like I definitely almost picked up Metroid on the Famicom Disk System the other day,
Oh, jeez.
just because I want it. Because I only learned recently that Famicom Disk System was actually the original release of Metroid 1.
Oh,
It's
was it?
not a Famicom game originally. It's a Disk System game.
Interesting. Did it not
And it
have
sounds-
passwords before, or?
I think it still had the same save system or something, maybe
Okay,
something else,
okay.
but its sound is way better.
Oh.
And it's just better in like almost every way.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes,
Yes,
this
so
is
it's
why
straight
we
to
always
save
joke
file.
Yeah,
that
that's what I thought.
Olaf
His
should
name
be
is
an
Maru
ambassador.
Ball, so of
course you're gonna
probably
know.
knows.
Perfect. Flawless
Nice,
victory.
nice.
Like, the timing could not have been better.
I know, right?
I guess it's like you're like hanging around the West Twitch, like, someone's talking about Metroid.
Yeah, I know. Right? Like, he probably got a Twitch notification that popped up out of nowhere. Someone's talking about Metroid. Oh, quick!
Yeah. Oh my god, the sound is so much better.
Oh, dang.
It's so good.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it's
Speaking
fascinating.
of, if anybody grabs an extra Metroid Dread box set, please let Olaf know so he can buy it from you. For the love of God,
I will
please.
definitely pay you a service bonus too if I can get a copy of the collector's edition of Dread. Because
Please.
I think I've talked about
I'm
it before
already
on the
tired
show.
of us trying to get the damn thing.
Yeah,
right? So please,
I found
please.
out about Dread's box set on Twitter when someone posted it was sold out. That's how I found out it existed.
God.
Yeah. So I'm pretty butthurt about not having a box set of Dread, or the Amiibos for that matter. Especially because, especially with the state of Nintendo nowadays, those Amiibos are going to have unique content that require the Amiibo, you know. Just like Samus Returns did. Which is why the Samus Returns Amiibos are worth more than the
the
game.
homies who helped us with the Animal Crossing Hello Kitty freaking cards. Like, please, please, please try to help Olaf out here with the Amiibos and the box set. We will pay you handsomely. We always do for our friends who do stuff like this for us. So
I don't believe the
No,
disc
no.
version is on the Switch.
No, I don't think it is.
I think it's just the Famicom version.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you get a chance, just like hop on YouTube and check out the. There's a couple sound comparisons, and it's really interesting hearing them.
No,
side by
because
side.
I am playing because after all your Metroid talk, and we were talking about Metroid 1, I just started playing Metroid on the Switch, the original one, so it's not that one.
Yeah,
I just wanted to see
yeah.
how much I remembered of the game, and I don't remember a lot of Norfair, but I'm still surprised at how much I remember, actually. I was pretty
It'll
proud of
happen.
myself. Pretty proud of myself, so...
anyways, going back to Tokyo Game Show, if anybody sees any links for SNK merchandise, because one thing I've noticed is that unlike other Tokyo Game Shows in the past, they were already pushing, you know, the Geese hoodies, the K-Dash hoodies, the
Well,
Sukajan jackets.
that's
Like, they
because
had all of that nice stuff.
That's because
I
most of
haven't
it's not in
seen-
person this year.
I haven't seen a damn thing, so I don't know if they're just going to be like, yeah, no merch because, you know, it's all online, whatever.
Yeah, well, that's
or
the thing,
just because
the-
they're
the-
focusing on that demo.
Because COVID is affecting everything, it's going to be predominantly online. The in-person part of the show is why, you know, the demo is invite only.
Right, yeah.
Because they can only bring so many people into a building.
Right.
So there is almost definitely not a merch shop, and if there is, it's probably going to be more like, hey, there's a 10% discount on SNK Online Shop this weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I'll take it because I
These are
missed
still
out
cool
on a
shit.
fantastic last sale. All right, you know, I'm gonna be honest here. We're always buying shit,
and
so-
we're still waiting for something to do for the Garo Denset's 30th anniversary. There's still nothing.
Oh right, there's no. That's Fatal Fury, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, there's nothing.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, sorry,
So-
Would've
I'm
been
not.
nice.
I'm pretending to look at Kitty. This is the whole like.
Oh yeah.
You know, this is the whole stream tech right here, so that's why I'm looking at you, and you're probably wondering why I'm staring at you a little bit.
Not awkward.
It's the tech. It's the tech.
Anyway.
Scary.
So now that we've talked about basically every company in all gaming, oh no, wait, you know what? I've still got a little more. F-Zero is awesome, and I love F-Zero.
Oh,
and
okay,
I've been
fair
listening to some of the F-Zero X soundtrack, and F-Zero GX was Namco and Sega. Now we've talked about basically
There
every
you
company.
go. Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm down.
Yeah.
It's always good.
So
I'm
Monkey
always
Ball.
down for F-Zero being brought up, dude.
I'm downstairs. I'm actually watching a documentary, like kind of retrospective on the entire F-Zero franchise.
Oh, nice.
It's like over an hour long.
You know-
I'm like,
Oh, there was a video that I saw that I wanted to talk to you about, or like at least recommend to you. I don't remember what it is now. I'll have to
yeah,
see if I can
link it
find
to me. It'll be fine.
If I can remember what the hell it was.
I'm sure you will eventually.
But I mean, it's funny too because my love of F-Zero really came from GX, AX the most. Like, I didn't even own it on the SNES, even though it was like one of the crucial games.
Was it a launch title?
Yeah, it was one of like the crucial games, and then from there, like I never really played most of the F-Zeros.
so-
64 I played, X I should say.
So I only, for the first time, own F-Zero X now because I also only own a 64 for the first time now.
Oh, okay.
But I would play it at my buddy's house.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's so easy to make F-Zero with a good idea right now. It's so easy. You just make it so that you can all like have a draft thing where you have to play all 20 of the racers, and no one can play a repeat car, and you just have to go.
Or you know, you just do the easy thing of, hey, let's just put every good feature in the same game.
Yeah.
Like, only the handheld versions and 64DD have a track creator.
Right. Yeah.
But then GX had the car creator.
right.
Why not both? There, I solved your fucking problem.
Yeah, I know. There's so much of you. There's so many ways to make F-Zero have a good idea. I mean, I get it. Nintendo
Well,
doesn't
you know
want to
what?
just pop out sequels for nothing, but
Yeah, but now they're popping out nothing.
right, exactly.
Well, if you guys ever went to Dave and Buster's, or I think some round ones had it, remember where you could play Mario Kart with like 6 people? Why did that never happen for F-Zero? That would have been sick as shit.
Because they're using the same arcade board. And F-Zero actually did have network play. It's just most places didn't buy multiple F-Zero machines.
Right.
Arcade Infinity had 2 of them, which was awesome.
No, I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about where they had all the Mario Kart racers together. You had your face in your picture while you played
it's the same
with
arcade
the little
board.
icon.
It's the same arcade
Is
board.
it really?
Uh-huh. It's the Triforce board.
It was the same one as the F-Zero one.
15
yeah,
years
okay.
later?
Yep. Why bother updating it?
Jesus.
Yep.
I didn't know they could
Yeah, as
still
far as
use
I know,
it like
the
almost
most
over a
recent
decade
update
later.
to Mario Kart Arcade is still on the same Triforce board. Because why?
Yeah, there's not a new one. They've never made a new one.
I think there's 2. It's like one and then like an expansion.
Okay, right. But other than that, it's basically the same game.
Yeah.
Right?
But as far as I know, it's still running on the same Triforce board that our F-Zero GX did.
Right.
And it's basically, does your chair move and do you have a camera? That's all that separates them.
Wow.
God, that chair moving, because I've actually gotten to play that at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and it's just so cool.
I can't believe you missed it at AI.
I never went to AI. Because remember, I mean, like, people don't realize it, but I've always been a super introvert.
Yeah.
Like, I never really went to AI, I never really went to Family Fun. It was only Southern Hills Golfland that I went to, pretty much. That was, like, the one arcade that I went to all the time, but that was, during the peak, and stuff, so... Yeah, the Triforce.
Mike, was it Super Arcade that I went with the giant Cyclops balloon and met you after Frankenstein's?
Yes.
James
Yeah.
was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, because he was commentating Wednesday Night Fights.
Yeah.
Or the Run Back.
Yeah.
One or the
Yeah,
other.
I mean, okay, Super Arcade I went to only at that point because that's where Wednesday Night Fights moved to, I should say.
Because commentary was your like job for it. So
Yeah,
you were
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm gonna support the community, so I'm stuck about doing this.
Yeah, what actually killed my streak of going to Wednesday night fights is when they started the run back, was because I would only go to one because I couldn't go to both. And then that meant I started missing some, and then it became normal to start missing them as opposed to being like, I go every week because, you know.
Yep.
You know, and it was weird. It was actually when they brought in the run back that made it so that I stopped going sometimes. So, yeah, I mean, it was a bitch to drive to, too, as well, dude.
I do not miss that part of it.
I miss it being at the Proud Bird, dude. That was like my favorite point right there. So, because obviously, selfishly, it was closest to me.
But I feel like the community was a lot tighter at the time too.
Yeah, it's true too.
Anyway.
Anyways, I'm looking forward to Tokyo Game Show, and I'm sure we're gonna have another 3-hour. It's gonna be a long haul that night.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we're restreaming an hour anyway, and then we're gonna talk about it for an hour beforehand, we're probably gonna talk about it afterwards for more than an hour, just like reviewing the footage.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, do you remember?
This is a dress.
Are you kidding me? I'm going to literally have a notepad to try to make timestamps of things that we need to go back to when we check the tapes.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be a thing. And
no, this is one of my favorite dresses, and because I knew, you know, we all felt kukri was going to be it, I was like, I'll just wear a nice black flowy dress and feel kind of kukri-ish. No, thank you for thinking it's lingerie, though, but it's not.
And then hopefully, though, after the restream and while we're reviewing the tapes, we'll start getting maybe little bits of people, like, sharing on...
Yeah.
Oh, you know what we need to do also? Probably need to do? Is consider setting up a Nico account to see if anyone's actually going to be streaming from the floor.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
That might be an option.
Okay.
Is Nico people are still using it? Jeez.
Nico still gets used some. And then there's one other one that's it's basically kind of like another Twitch-ish service in Japan that's almost exclusively mobile. And we might want to check into that too, because Japanese Teppen users use it. I don't remember what it's called.
Oh, I know it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
that's right.
We might want to keep an eye on some of those social medias as well, and then keeping an eye on Japanese SNK Twitter is going to be a big.
Yeah. Okay.
Since you guys think I'm in lingerie or a nightgown, you know what? I'm just gonna wear my damn PJs next time. Just like I'm gonna wear my PJs like I did for that video. Screw it.
But yeah. Yeah, no, 2 weeks from now is gonna be intense.
It is.
Yeah, so TGS starts literally 2 weeks from now.
Like September 30th.
It's
right?
September 30th Japan time, so the 29th here, is it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so 29th, 9 p.m. Pacific, which is, again, literally almost exactly 2 weeks from now, is when the SNK stream is at TGS, which is the day one of TGS. So I don't know. I don't know. Where everyone's time zone is, but yeah. So we're gonna be doing doing a restream of it and talking over it with it. Unless for some reason SNK tells us not to.
Right. Unless TGS or SNK, someone says we're not allowed to restream it.
Hey, cut that out.
And so. So next week will be show as normal. The following week, the TGS week, we will be streaming almost exactly 2 weeks from now, because we're going to start 8 p.m. Pacific that day.
Right.
We're going to start 2 hours late so that the restream will actually fall into our normal time slotting.
Yeah, basically. Okay.
So that's the goal. But
that is our TGS plan.
But with that, I think I'm good.
I mean, you don't have any. You're usually the one that has those topics, right? So
yeah, and I've been kind of scrambling with everything else going on lately.
Okay.
And I just wanted to do my figure rant because it's about time other characters got at least a figure in their whole lives.
I'm with you on that one. So that one is, Johnny as he moves forward on the screen and is just like, make me a figure. Make me.
Did Guilty Gear ever get like a chess set? Maybe.
No, I don't think so.
I know some games get weird chess sets. Like I know there's a Street Fighter ones.
Yeah.
And like Street Fighter Monopoly and whatever.
Right, yeah. I have the Street Fighter chess set.
Dude, a Fatal Fury chess set would be fucking fire.
I mean, just make a KOF
That would be sick.
one, right?
I want a Fatal Fury one. Because then the king and the queen on like one side will be Geese and Billy, and then the king and queen on the other side will be like Terry
and Andy. Probably.
Terry and Andy.
Well, they probably make it Mai.
Or
they would make Mai the queen.
Fuck that. Make it Lily McGuire.
No. She would definitely be a knight.
Or a bishop, probably.
I'm thinking bishop for all the diagonal movement.
Enix needs to be the bishop. Enix needs to be the bishop.
But then you're going KOF. I'm talking just Fatal Fury.
Oh, just Fatal Fury.
Just Fatal Fury.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. There'd be a lot of fun characters. Oh, and then you can have Little Kid Rock as all the pawns.
Jesus.
I was gonna be stupid and say just throw Duck King into it with his little chick.
No, it'll just be the little chickadee will be all the pawns in the other side.
Oh my god.
Just the little
Peachan.
pawns.
Little Peachan.
I mean, they would.
Little Peachan.
I feel like all the pawns would have to be like a lot of the minor characters in Fatal Fury, right? So.
I mean, how else is
It'd just
Squad
be
Dragon
Rock
making
and
another game?
God damn.
No, it'll be all the animals. It would be all the animals.
Yeah, like it would be Peachan on the geese
Peachan,
side,
Anton,
and then
it'd be,
Uki on Terry's side.
Yes. That's exactly what it would be.
Yeah.
I'd be down.
Ooh.
Oh, Raiden would definitely be the Rook on Geese's side.
Drop kicking people.
Yeah.
In a straight line.
Yeah, exactly. He would drop kick it. He should just be in the drop kick
No,
pose.
Duck is going to be a knight. Duck has to be a knight.
Duck has to be.
Yeah.
Because awkward movement.
Yeah, the puff pants would be the thing that makes him go sideways. So.
Like MC Hammer. There you go.
Alice does count as Fatal Fury universe, but I mean, I don't feel like there's ever going to be a need to put her there when you could put like another character from the mainline games.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even going to talk shit about her.
It's so funny how much
she
we
feels
don't
like
like Alice. I'm sorry, you guys, but
I wanted to like her so badly, and she just said no. Yeah, I'm on board. Like, Big Bear is actually the Rook on the other side.
Yeah, no, that would be perfect.
I wish I could say I'm him, but I'm not, so we ain't here.
How is it that both of their wrestling characters have like a heel and a face? You know.
Why not?
That's just how it is in the wrestling world, I guess.
By the way, that's the
just
first
how
time
it
I've
is.
ever tried to do that line from the motion picture, and I'm pretty proud of it.
Well, I think that's it for tonight then.
Yeah.
Pretty much went over everything.
Ooh, yeah.
And then
Chonri and Chonshu would be the bishops. Good call. That's a good call.
So I need to
God, I
find
can't
like
stand those
I need to
two.
find like a MIDI version of Mr. Sandman on YouTube to play our way out, right, or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure like
No,
the Back to the
totally
Future
get
on
that.
Super Nintendo probably has it or some crap.
Oh my god.
I would not be surprised if you were right. I'd be mad, but
Try chiptune. There you go.
There, it's an 8-bit one.
Good enough for me.
Is
wow. Wow.
I don't know the words of this song, so all right, guys. Thank you